There we go. Sometimes the mic doesn't cooperate. Sometimes I hit the unmute button and sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to unmute myself. Thank you. Okay, but anyways, I hope y'all are having a great weekend. And we got a few things to talk about today. Plus, whatever you guys want to bring up in chat later on, we will do that as well. So, second installment of the GB Cast starts now. Alright, so exciting times. The second episode. Yes, we survived the pilot. Last week was the pilot installment. And it made it past pilot. We got a full order, a full season. Well, maybe 13 episodes. And then maybe, just maybe, that we'll be able to continue going. The music should be over, Mumbo. The music's done. Like, once I switch over to the new wall, music goes bye-bye. It's all about the segues, see? That's how it works. But anyways, hello everyone. Sparing Donkey, Cormac, Mambo, along with Ishmael, Paradise Gamer, one of our members. See who else is here. Let's see, Samari's here. Hello, Samari. Good to see you. We're going to patiently wait for a few others to get in before we get going. So, by the way, it is also Mardi Gras weekend here in Louisiana. It gets a little bit wilder and crazier down in South Louisiana where New Orleans is and Baton Rouge. Up here in Northwest Louisiana, we still celebrate Mardi Gras. But, I mean, there are some parades happening where I live. By the way, the new wall is the skyline of the city I happen to live in Louisiana. FYI. I took that in a previous March, years back. So, that is why it is the March wall, because I happened to take it in a previous March. Many years ago. I don't know how many years ago. It was a few years back, but I do know it was March, according to my iPhone. Because it tells you, like, the year and the month and the day it was taken. Yes, sir, Ishmael. I am in Louisiana. I'm glad you guys like the new photo. So every month we change the background. And that's the new background. I was going to tease it yesterday in Discord, but Sedan didn't want to be surprised. So it's all Sedan's fault. I mean, Washington State? What made you think I was in Washington State? I never once said anything about being in Washington State. Yeah, well, I am from Mars, but don't tell anybody, Cormac. Shh, Cormac, don't tell anyone. But anyways, appreciate all of you being here, all my awesome viewers, subscribers, mods, fans of the GeauxBurns Nation. Nick Ballard, hello Nick Ballard, how you doing? And we also already have some super chats for March 2019, because the last day of February we got some super chat ins, and there's kind of a, I guess you could say, a hack on the channel. If you do a super chat, and you never have to do a super chat, by the way, you're under no obligation to ever do a super chat. But if you ever decide to do it, and it's close to the end of the month, just wait till the last stream of the month. And that's when you do it. And then that way, it just automatically carries over to the next wall for a full month. Just like what we got with these fellers over here in the Super Chat, our March 2019 Super Chat heroes, along with our awesome members, Trippy Mark, Zoa, Aaron Thomas, Azralynn, Hutch, Oliver King, ACG, Chris Bread 79, Fat Chinese Gaming, UG Outlaw, Cyber Games, El Davo, Paradise Gamer, who's in the chat, MyDune, and our newest member, Hakime. Thank you so much for being members. Going above and beyond for the GeauxBurns Nation. Very much appreciated. Okay, so let's switch over to the website, well, the YouTube channel. And I just want to say something really quick. I am blown away by the new subscribers and the views that we've gotten over the past few days. It's been a really good week for the channel. Unfortunately, it comes at a great cost. Well, a great disappointment, if you will. Sadly. Because, like so many of you, I enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2. And I really want Red Dead Online to succeed. But, sadly, this last update left a lot to be desired. And as you may have noticed, I did make a few videos regarding Title Update 1.06. And Yeah, kind of a disappointment. Yes, indeed. I do want to test something real quick before we continue. I mean, I was trying something out. I don't know if this will work. I hope it does. Let me look at it real quick. Maybe it'll work, maybe it doesn't. Ooh, it does work. Nice. Okay, cool. So this definitely looks way better than what I was using last week for the pilot episode. So, okay, cool. So there you go. So now whenever we read the chats, you guys appear right there. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? But let's see. First off, let's talk about what Nick has to say. See, Nick says, first off, I'm going to say that the update 1.06 is an extreme fucking disappointment. Let's see. Shutdown modes, free roam events, want to bring people back. We need something good. Let's see. Yeah, Ishmael. I'm surprised, you know. I got a few views this week. See, Kari, hey Kari, butter churning DLC. That's what everybody really wants is the butter churning, the cow milking DLC where you can go milk the cows, right, and shovel manure and build fences. That's what we want. Let's see. Nick says he bets that the Evans repeater will be the last drip fed item. I hope not. I hope they put it out Tuesday, but you could be right about that. Who knows? But anyways, let us go ahead. We'll come back to chat in a little bit. I'll still interact with you guys as always, but yeah, we're going to we have Flying Horses DLC. What happened with the Deviant? The Deviant's over on Grand Theft Auto. We're about to talk about Reddit Online, Ishmael. So anyways, let me go back up here real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, so Belfast. What's up, Belfast? Okay, so our thoughts regarding Red Dead Online's 1.6 update. Hello, Kane. How's it going? See, Belfast, they lowered the RP and missions. Yeah, they tweaked a few things. And I've been reading over the chat, the comment section, and I've been enjoying most of what people have been saying. Some people I disagree with, but people have a right to their opinions. And some people were outright nasty. And some people, you know, do some colorful metaphors out there. That's fine, but some went a little too far. But it is what it is. Let's see. Riley. Hey, Riley. Silver Subaru. We need zombies. Oh, God. Zombies, really? No. There's too many zombies already. Okay, so my thoughts regarding, well, update 1.06 after I've had a few days to play it. Hello, Jason. How's it going? Glad to have all of you here, by the way, and I'm going to read your thoughts as well in chat. We may even go over to the comments section and read some of the comments over on the videos over the past few days, because there's been a ton of comments. I will say this. I didn't really have high expectations for update 1.06, or as I was jokingly calling it, Beach Bum Redemption. But it was a bomb, a bust, a disappointment. Now, some small changes could have made it better. I wasn't expecting it to set the world on fire. I've said that a few times already. But some of the decisions that Rockstar made with this update really made a lot of us shake our heads. And I've already gone over it in several videos. We'll go over it again, then we'll read over what you guys have to say. So try to hold off what you guys have to say till I go over to chat, because I may just miss you. I don't want to miss what you got to say, so just hold your thought for a moment. But the first issue was obvious on Tuesday when we went over the content itself. We'll start with the content, then we'll go a little bit deeper from there. Like Riley just said, yeah, drip feed redemption. Yeah, exactly. So we've come to expect in Grand Theft Auto Online that they're going to drip feed content. But that's different because they're cars. For the most part, it's cars. Sometimes they drip feed weapons, okay. But most of the time, they have a few cars locked away in a new update that don't go out on day one that they drip feed. Okay, we get a new supercar this week. Next week, or 2 weeks from now, we get a new muscle car, or we get a new sports car, or we get a new weaponized vehicle, or we get a new aircraft. That's to be expected. Okay, it keeps us coming back. But there's a big difference between coming back for a car, or even a plane, or a helicopter, than coming back for a hat, or a jacket, or some boots, or some socks. It's a big difference, Rockstar. It was too early in the game for you to usher in a Dripocalypse to Red Dead Online. And by the way, they need to go ahead and take away beta. Like several people made this point in the comment section. I agree wholeheartedly. Beta needs to go away. And I think a lot of us have been saying that since they opened the gold store. The moment they made microtransactions a thing in Red Dead Online, that's when, in my opinion and many others, they can no longer hide behind the beta shield. It's no longer a beta. I know people out there defend it, but how long can a game be a beta? I know some people make the joke about Fortnite still being a beta, but whatever. We're not talking about Fortnite. We're talking about Red Dead Online. So, yeah. It's no longer a beta, in my opinion. You can put it in your trailers. You can put it in the titles of your articles, in your newswire. But most of us are like, whatever, beta. So they should have made it to where all that content was released day one. Now, when it comes to the modes, because they have several modes coming. Let's see. Like, we got no new modes this past week. Like, Fool's Gold. I think that's coming this Tuesday, I think. Eventually, we're going to get fishing challenges. I wish they would have just added fishing challenges to begin with, because a lot of us like fishing, except for the reeling in aspect. I hate that because it kind of hurts my thumb. I get that it's I guess it's kind of simulate how you would reel in rod and reel in real life when you're bringing in a fish. But still, I'd rather just mash a button. I mean, it's a video game. But also coming soon, of course, are the showdown modes, new showdown modes like Up in Smoke, Insert Your Cheech and Chong Joke Now, Spoils of War, Plunder. Those I'm perfectly fine with them drip feeding. They do that all the time for, well, they used to do it all the time for adversary modes, and I guess they've moved on now to Arena War modes, even though we technically haven't gotten a new Arena War mode in a while. And we did just get some new RC Bandito races, so that's fine. We tried out the new races, what, Thursday? They were kind of underwhelming, but still. It's okay to drip feed out the new modes, because some of them might be fun, some of them might not be so fun. But Rockstar, no. Don't be like that. Don't be drip feeding clothing, the hats, the jackets, some pants, boots, and a pair of socks, really? A pair of stockings coming soon? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I want to be mad about it, but it's honestly, it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see, Red Pepper, what's up, Red Pepper? So, that's laughable. What's not laughable is the fact that, as I mentioned already a few days ago, a lot of us were led to believe that we were going to be getting the Evans repeater on day one of the update. If you go by the previous article a week prior, they mentioned the Evans repeater. I think they even mentioned the rare shotgun. And sadly, when the update dropped on Tuesday, a lot of people were really excited about the Evans repeater. More excited about the Evans repeater than the new modes or the daily challenges. By the way, for a short time, one of the daily challenges required the Evans repeater. Of course, Rockstar fixed that, but it was still hilarious, though. But this was one of the big ticket items that people were kind of enticed by. Okay, cool, sweet new repeater. I'm going to go check it out, and we can't because it's coming soon. Let's see, Spider Monkey. What's up, Spider Monkey? How you doing? All right, so we'll read chat a little bit, then we'll come back to my thoughts some more. So let me bring chat back up real quick. All right. By the way, I hope you guys like the new chat. It looks professional. It looks kind of sexy, I think. And like each installment we do is going to be a continued work in progress. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Kane, the Red Dead Online update. Killed Red Dead Online. Already seen Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster being a higher possibility. Yeah, that's possible. Let's see. See, Jason, I feel like they shouldn't have drip fed for this specific DLC after waiting so long. Any other update would have been fine with. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's one of the mistakes that they made here. Let's see. Let's see. Mambo, Fortnite Battle. I don't want to talk about Fortnite. This is not... Somebody accused me of playing Fortnite for some reason. Like, go back to playing Fortnite. So I deleted their comment because obviously they didn't even bother looking at the content on my channel. I'm like, you know what? No. I mean, people can go play Fortnite if you want. That's not on the channel. Sorry. Not sorry. Let's see. Ishmael, how comes Anthem is handling microtransactions better than Red Dead Online? All right, I do want to say one thing in Red Dead Online's defense in a moment, but we'll get to that. Because I'm not going to entirely attack Red Dead Online here, because there's part of me that does believe that this still has potential to be a good game, a good mode eventually. See, Belfast Gamer, we want houses, get rid of camps. Well, I don't think they're ever going to get rid of camps, but it would be nice if we had properties. I don't know exactly the benefits of having the properties would be. I guess you would have like a wardrobe room, a place where you could drink some whiskey if you want without having to go to the bar. It would also be a good spawn location for you. So you could have like a property, some properties you could purchase, maybe one in Valentine or one in Saint Denis or one. I don't know where you could purchase a. I don't think you could purchase a property in Tumbleweed. Maybe in Armadillo. But you get the idea. So maybe you could purchase one of those little crappy little apartments in, what is it? What's the, all the way up to the north? Ansburg. Yeah, up by the coal mine. But I guess that would be one of the benefits because you would automatically spawn inside your property, similar to Grand Theft Auto Online. So, but anyways, let's continue. Let's see, Jason, why do people want houses so much? You're not going to spend your whole time in a house anyways. Yeah, that is a valid point because how many of you actually spend a lot of time in your apartments in Grand Theft Auto Online? Two of the benefits of the apartments, well, let's say a few. One, it's a spawn location. Two, free drinks and other activities you can do inside your apartment. Not many, but you know. The wardrobe is also a benefit of having an apartment. And of course, most apartments come with a garage in Grand Theft Auto Online, whether it's a 6-car garage or a 10-car garage. But are they automatically going to add a stable slot along with a house you buy? I don't know. So, I mean, you do have to ask the hard question. Is it really worth buying a property in Red Dead Online? Now, with the high-end apartments, you also get a heist room for doing the old school heist, so maybe that's a way to justify owning a house. Maybe you have a room where you do your planning for bank robberies or, you know, holding up stagecoaches or train robberies, something like that. I see Spider Monkey. Did I say hi, Spider Monkey? Hello, Spider Monkey. I think I said hi to you already. All right, let's see. Nick, let's see also the trailer update for 1.06 was just a bunch of clips from the game. Exactly. That's what I saw when I first watched that trailer. It's epic, right? The music's awesome. Rockstar does a fantastic job putting together trailers. But to most of us that have been playing Red Dead Online since launch, we could automatically see the BS. So that trailer was meant not to appeal to us, but to appeal to potential new players. Because most of the stuff in the trailer was like some stranger missions, some clips from Land of Opportunities, and some other things, and some various modes that were already in the game. It was not really meant to appeal to us per se, but to, I guess, potential new Red Dead Online fans. I don't know. But let's see. See, Riley, sexy chat. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, a little bit of tweaking. It's better than what we used last week. Last week was kind of ass, but it was short notice. Like, the series is a work in progress. We'll continue to tweak it along the way. Let's see, Nick, I had to watch it a second time and realize. Yeah, exactly. Thick chat. The chat is thick and sexy. Let's see. Rockstar focuses too much on PvP. Yeah, you're right, Spider Monkey. They do. They do. A little too much of the PvP. And unfortunately, a lot of online games are like that. That's just the sad reality. Definitely. Let's see. Kane, the idea of having houses in Red Dead Online is done because in Red Dead Online, you're one an outlaw who's on the run. An outlaw. Well, I mean, you're also a criminal in Grand Theft Auto Online, though, Kane, and we own a shit ton of property in Grand Theft Auto Online, so, I mean, that's not a good argument per se. I mean, I see what you're trying to say, but still, I mean, even, like, criminals, the most powerful people usually are criminals, like, what's his name? The crime boss in Saint Denis. Bronte. Like, he's a criminal. But he has a sweet-ass mansion, so, you know, just the point there. Lee, Rockstar only fixes issues that affect their microtransaction. If the game bugs only affect the play, they don't work hard on it at all. Yep. Sadly, I think the airport glitch in Grand Theft Auto Online pretty much proves that, because that only lasted a few days before Rockstar was quick to fix that. They swooped in really quickly and fixed that issue. But we have other issues and glitches plaguing Grand Theft Auto Online for quite some time now that Rockstar hasn't even lifted a finger to fix. So, very good point, Lee. Let's see. Red 5 Motors. What's up, Red 5 Motors? Archangel. See, I'm very surprised my money never glitches or disappears, but everything else messes up. I'm a little bit confused. I'm sorry to hear that, Archangel. Let's see. Riley, I think it's good to focus on PvP. There's nothing wrong with PvP. Even though I'm not a PvP player, I'm more into PvE. I want a balance. I want there to be activities for people that enjoy PvE to do, and activities for players that enjoy PvP. And those that like doing both, well, best of both worlds. Ishmael, let's see, Overwatch has been unbalanced for a few months. Huh, well, I don't play Overwatch. Let's see, Kane, in Red Dead Online, they can just pay off the cops, no trouble, as in modern times. But, I mean, couldn't you make the argument that cops were also corrupt back in the day? I mean, just like Bronte. I mean, Bronte's obviously corrupt. So, obviously, he's paid off a few people. So, I mean, you can justify owning property in Red Dead Online, but the question is, what is the purpose of property in online? If we ever do get property. I think we will get property. See, Riley, at least we have a feedback page for Red Dead Online. Yeah, at least we do. Okay, so enough talking about Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's go back to our topic. Red Dead Online. Okay, so we were on the weapons, right? So a lot of us were disappointed regarding the Evans repeater not coming out on day one, which it should have. The rare shotgun, the only thing I noticed better about the red shotgun than the double barrel shotgun is A, it looks cool, and B, it does have a slightly better accuracy, but it's a shotgun. Shotguns are up close and personal weapons. Accuracy is not really a thing you think about when it comes to a shotgun. It's about the damage it's inflicting. So, yay. Let's see, Beast Mode. What's up, Beast Mode? The other weapon that I want to talk about that really irks me the more I think about it is, let's see, where is it? New clothing. PS4 early access content. Now that pisses me off, as most of you already know. Most of you know this already, that I'm not a fan of early access content. And for the record, as I've mentioned before, I play Red Dead Online on both Xbox One and PS4. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't like early access content at all. Because I think I don't know what deal Rockstar Take-Two has with Sony, but it sucks. But the one item on here that I think you should avoid at all costs, and hopefully you haven't bought it yet, is the Jawbone knife. Now, the Jawbone knife, stat-wise, is no different than the hunting knife. And we get the hunting knife at the very beginning of Red Dead Online. In other words, you're giving Rockstar an additional $100 in the game for a reskin knife. A knife that obviously already exists in Red Dead Redemption 2. And so does the rare shotgun. So a lot of the items that we haven't gotten yet from Red Dead Redemption 2, they're going to eventually port over to Red Dead Online, including the clothing, like several of the hats. There's several hats I want that they have yet to add. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. But when it comes to Jawbone knife, it's no better or worse than the hunting knife. The only reason why anyone should buy it is because I guess you like the look. But you already have a knife on you. Now, what would be cool is if they made it to where you could go to the gunsmith, right? And you could just change the look of your knife. Since it has the same exact stats, it's basically just a reskin. That's what Rockstar should have done. They should have taken all the variations of the knife that's in Red Dead Redemption 2, because once again, the stats are all the same, and make it to where you go in there and you change it. Okay, I don't want a hunting knife. I want it to look like the Jawbone knife, or this kind of knife, or that kind of knife. That would have been the right way to go about doing it. Because all you're doing is you're adding the same exact knife with the same exact stats. It just looks different. So you end up with a whole bunch of knives that do the exact same thing when you already get basically that knife for free. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look as nice as the Jawbone knife, but at the end of the day, it's still just a knife, as they say. So the other issue we're going to talk about once we get back from our friends over here. Oh, hello. Hello, chat. You thought I forgot about you, but I'm back. No, Riley, I disagree. The Evans Repeater will not be a reskin. The Evans Repeater is a different weapon. Unlike the rare... Well, the rare shotgun is a different weapon too, but Evans Repeater is a completely different repeater because it was featured in Red Dead Redemption 1. So it's an actual different weapon. Just like the Lamar Revolver is a different weapon and a few others as well. So it's not going to be a reskin. Fortunately, it won't be. Whether or not it ends up being better or worse than, say, the Lancaster or the Litchfield, I guess we'll find out now, won't we? Eventually, when it comes out, when we're able to actually purchase it. But we'll see. See, Red 5 Motors, oh yeah, he says, Red, very dead online. The clothing being drip fed is probably the most funniest and awful thing in that update. I agree. See, Archangel, Red Dead, you're breaking my heart. Yeah, it's not a good idea to tease people. Maybe they're showing us a preview, though. Let's see. Kane, the Jawbone knife you get from finding all the dinosaur bones. The rare shotgun you get from killing the hermit in the woods. There's no new weapons in Red Dead Online at the moment. Yeah, I agree. But like I said, it's no surprise that we would get content ported over from Red Dead Redemption 2 to Red Dead Online. But I don't think anyone was asking for the rare shotgun or for the Jawbone knife. I think what we had in mind was some of the clothing items that we really liked at the clothing stores in Red Dead Redemption 2, and more importantly, the mini games like poker, blackjack, five finger fillet, dominoes. Those are the things that some of us kind of sort of want, yeah. And of course, our good friend, what's his name? Shit, I forgot his name. It's been so long since I played Red Dead Redemption 2. Our friend who we go and we give him pelts and stuff. God damn it. Someone will, I'm having a brain freeze. Somebody in chat, help me. Help me, chat. Let's see. Riley, very dead red dead. Okay. Ishmael. Let's see. Lee, since we're the beta testers, the trickle is BS. No reason to tease us. Get off the pot. Yeah, I agree, Lee. I agree entirely. Not the butcher. Not the butcher. I know his name. What the hell is his name? He has a similar name to the butcher. Why have I forgotten this? Why have I forgotten this? My mind's gone. See what this game has done to me? Riley, I'm sorry there won't be any planes. But that's another issue I have overall with Red Dead Online, is the setting. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but first, the Trapper! Thank you, Lee. Thank you. The Trapper, our friend from the north. Our good friend from the north, the Trapper. See, they have the Trapper stands, and I pointed this out in a previous video a few months back. There's Trapper stands all over the map, where he is in Red Dead Redemption 2. And that would be a good additional place to take our pelts and our carcasses, which have been lowered in price. I'll get to that in a minute. So, yeah. I hope that they add our good friend, the Trapper, because we need the Trapper. We also need... I think they're actually, instead of allowing us to get the clothing, the unique clothing items that the Trapper has through him, I think they're just adding it to the store, because some of the hats and some of the vests and some of the other things are actually, I think, Trapper clothing, I believe. So, yeah. I fear that we're not going to be able to craft clothing. Yeah. Let's see. Nick, let's see, is it just me or is Red Dead Online more toxic than ever with the new proximity map update? Can't seem to trust Blue Dot players either. Yeah, I've seen some comments regarding that. I'll talk about that as well. See, Nick Ballard, and I always give players the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I always try to as well. See, Lee, and why isn't the Trapper there? We could craft clothing. See, I would love to be able to craft clothing, but if you go by some of the items that were added, that we actually... Well, some of them are available now to purchase. Some of them are being drip-fed, like a couple of the hats. I think some of the vests. They clearly are those Trapper clothing. So I think that's what they're going to do. All the cool Trapper stuff, or else they're going to make it to where you can buy certain Trapper, like the bear hats, fox hats, raccoon hats through him. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. Not really. But, so moving forward, let's talk about the map itself, the map update. Now, this is something a lot of us were actually wanting in Red Dead Online, was the ability for us to look at the map and not know where everyone's at. To have that mystery. And I understand why some people feel like it makes the game empty. It makes it feel empty not seeing those dots anymore because over the past 3 months, we got used to the dots. I understand. But at the same time, I do feel like it has helped. It's not a 100% solution, but I have noticed that I don't get griefed as much when playing Red Dead Online. Like on Wednesday, I was intentionally riding around the entire map just looking for somebody to grief me so I could record video about it because I was making a video for the bounty rant. And it took a while before I finally came across some potential griefers. But several people have obviously had issues with players that have blue dots. Now, the problem is you don't start off with a red dot or a purple dot, and we all start off with blue dots. So I sadly think that it's bad luck that you run into a player that wants to grief, that just wants to kill you for the sake of killing you, and you were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that is the downside to the new system. On one hand, overall, I feel like that griefing probably is down, but I don't think griefing's ever going to go away. I think it would go away if Rockstar did one thing. Just click on this video and find out that one thing that they could do. Just kidding. I don't clickbait. Okay, some of you knew. Some of you already know that. I don't clickbait. But lobbies. The lobby system is the big issue because a lot of people don't want to play in the public lobby. Just like in Grand Theft Auto Online. Some of us, when we have to play in a public lobby to do our businesses, okay, we try to find a small lobby and we get our business stuff done as quickly as possible before getting griefed or orbital cannoned. But in Red Dead Online, at the moment, we're all lumped into the same lobby, for better or worse. And Rockstar, I guess, is trying to keep us all in that same lobby, even though that's one of the big things we're asking for is multiple lobby types. You know, the public lobby, a private lobby, an invite lobby, a friend lobby, a posse lobby, a free aim lobby. That would definitely bring down griefing because there's a lot of players like myself that rather just hunt and fish and do gang hideouts without being bothered by anybody else, or at least with your friends or posse members, in an invite lobby, or friend lobby, or posse lobby. That's the obvious solution, but for some rhyme or reason, Rockstar is just doing what they can to try and force us to stay in the same public lobby. And I also noticed another thing because of this update, the number of players in the lobby has increased. It was 32, now it's up into the 40s. I think the max rate has been bumped. I don't know if it's upper 40s or all the way up to 50 or maybe 64. I don't know, but that was an interesting thing I've noticed from my adventures in the lobbies post update 1.06. Going back to the chat real quick. Let's see. Skeptic. What's up, Skeptic? How's it going? Let's see. Where were we at? Let's see. Red Fun Motors. When I logged in to very Red Dead Online, I try as possible to stay away from players no matter what color. Yeah, that's probably, in this case, since people are still getting killed for no reason by blue blip players, the best advice is if you see a blue blip player, like, try and keep your distance, and if they come towards you, kill them. Yeah, don't waste your time thinking, well, wait a minute, that's just a blue dot coming towards me. Maybe they want to use one of their $100 emotes. Nah, just kill them. You know, shoot first and ask questions later. Okay. Let's see, Nick, I hate when you get killed by a player now. It spawns you at the nearest post office. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird, though, because, like, if they know where you're being spawned, then everyone else is going to be spawned there. That's odd. Huh. See, Lee, why can't we have a pay bounty on a dirtbag player? If they lobby jump, it follows stacks, and the AI bounty hunters get tougher. Yeah, we'll talk about the bounty. We're gonna talk once again about the bounty system in just a second. We're moseying over there into the bounty talk. Let's see, Archangel. Maybe they should just put good people in one lobby and bad people. Oh, well, they did have bad sport lobbies. They still technically do in Grand Theft Auto Online. See, don't call me Danny. What is happening? Welcome to the GB Cast. By the way, I appreciate all of you that are watching today and partaking in the conversation. We will be moving on later on to other topics because the GB Cast is about more than just gaming. We'll talk about some sci-fi, maybe some comics, maybe some TV shows, or some other stuff you guys want to bring up. But I think a big chunk of this stream today will be about Red Dead Online. Let's see, Skeptic, is everyone getting a bug like me where stranger missions don't work? Do you have a bounty? Because if you have a bounty, it won't allow you to do stranger missions. And that's one thing that we talked about in our Discord. By the way, if you guys want to join our Discord, mods, could one of you post the Discord in the chat for us? Let's see. There's always, sadly, no matter what happens, I think bugs have become a reality of almost any online game. Whether it's Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Online, Dead by Daylight, etc. Bugs just happen, sadly. See, Red 5 Motors fixed the servers for some overseas players. Yeah, you were having a lot of issues. And other players are too still. I don't know how they're going to fix that. Let's see, Ishmael, learn if you don't draw first, you don't get to draw at all. Yeah, sadly. See, Skeptic, I really thought they were going to make us use passive mode when we were fishing. Yeah, that's something that I'm disappointed in, because that was something that really turned me off from fishing, is you're basically defenseless when we're fishing. And it says something in this newswire regards to the fishing challenges. You're being like, we'll read this. All right. I'll read it in a second once we are done reading over people's comments again. We're going to keep jumping back and forth between the article and comments. See, Archangel is playing Red Dead Online this morning and it froze on me. Yeah, there's still issues with the game. Still issues. Let's see. Don't call me Danny. Did you hear they're making Dune video game? Huh. I know that they're working on a new Dune movie and they got like a whole bunch of like A-list actors and actresses going to be in it. Well, I do have a Twitch channel, Ishmael. I just hardly use it. I use it basically to watch other people's Twitch channels. I don't know, but if YouTube continues to get worse and worse, maybe we'll start streaming over there as well. Maybe do different stuff on the Twitch channel. Maybe one day. Let's see. I think the proximity map helped with the fishing griefing. Yeah, because unless you've been a naughty little player, you know, getting that purple dot or worse, a dark red dot, then most of the time other players can't see you unless they just happen to come across you. So there definitely are pros to the way the map is now. Yeah, it does make the map look empty and the world feel empty, but at the same time, there's something mysterious about it. You know, something that kind of like makes it unnerving. You're out in the middle of the woods or out in New Austin, and you think that there may be somebody around the corner. Is there somebody or is there not? It's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy, yeah, kind of cool. But I can see why some people don't like it. I understand. So, I mean, I know everyone has their different opinions about it. Everyone does. And as long as you're civil, we have a right to disagree. Okay, so let's talk about fishing real quick, because that was something that was brought up. So this is one of the things coming to Red Dead Online. They're going to drip feed it out. Coming soon. Take on friends and rivals in the new fishing challenges coming soon. Opt in to challenge to receive the appropriate equipment and bait. Head to the water's edge and start reeling in the big ones for added ease. Use Eagle Eye to pick a spot full of fish. Most of us already know that. Remember, you're trying to catch the highest total weight of fish to win, which can be achieved by hooking several smaller fish or angling for one large catch. So keep your reel in. So keep everything you reel in. Okay, so it's not mentioned in that paragraph, but I do know for a fact they talked about it. So in a previous article. So let's go find the previous article, because I do know in the previous one, I have a pretty decent memory most of the time, regarding the fishing challenges. Okay, so this article, they talked about the fishing challenges. Okay, here it is. All right, so this is from the previous week, before 1.06 came out. Competitive challenges get a fresh catch with fishing challenges. Fishing challenges are broken out by type. Opt in to challenge and you'll receive all the equipment necessary to compete, including a rod as well as lures and bait specific to the challenge type. So that's cool, especially for everyone that hasn't ranked up high enough to get a fishing rod. Why we have to rank up high enough to get a fishing rod is stupid. Let's see, whether it's crickets for the river challenge, crayfish. Well, in Louisiana, we call them crawfish. And Lemoyne is based off of Louisiana. Why it's called crawfish, I mean, why it should be called crawfish instead of crayfish, whatever. I mean, it's the same damn little bug. A mini lobster, as I like to call them. Let's see, our freshwater lobster. Oh, okay, I got the article up still. See, then head out to the appropriate body of water to take part. Also, here's this part I wanted to bring up. For the fishing challenges, and this should be the same thing for fishing, and if you're just fishing just for the sake of fishing in free roam. Also, you'll be made safe from the nuance of trigger-happy outlaws while you're taking the challenge. Rockstar, why is this only for fishing challenges and not for just fishing in general? Because a lot of people like to fish in this game, but they don't like to be shot in the back of the head or have a knife or a tomahawk in the back of the head while they're trying to catch a bass or a trout or a salmon. So I applaud you for adding that to the fishing challenges whenever we eventually get the fishing challenges. But at the same time, that should be standard on fishing all the time. All the freaking time. Okay, let's go back to chat. That makes me salty because I'm an angler. I like fishing. All right, so where were we? Let's see. Lesson 1, don't fish in Blackwater. Yeah, don't fish near any major cities. Like, go fish on a river or a lake as far away from a town as possible. Because usually a lot of people like to be near towns, whether it's Blackwater, Saint Denis, Valentine, Tumbleweed. Let's see. We're not talking about Doom right now. Let's see. AJ, let's see. I have a camp glitch, some lobbies. I have no camp. Also, my horse health is grayed out. That is so weird. Yeah, that is so strange. Let's see, Archangel. Every time I fish, there's fear somebody's going to slip. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not harming anybody when you're fishing, right? Like, the fishers, the anglers in Red Dead Online are the most harmless players. All they want to do is fish in peace. Whether it's at the swamps or on a river or a lake, they just want to fish. I mean, most players would just ride by and leave them the hell alone. Because they're like, oh, they're just fishing. You know, they're not harming nobody. But there's some a-holes out there that just want to ruin their day. Let's see, Ave West. What's up, Ave West? But it irks me that that's just another issue I've had with this update. Because they've got plenty of feedback from people that don't like being killed while they're trying to fish. They add the fishing challenges, eventually, coming soon once again. Part of the Drapocalypse in Red Dead Online now. I don't know if it's going to come Tuesday or the following Tuesday or whenever. But, you know, I'm interested. I'm enticed by the fishing challenges. I like the fact that we're going to be made safe from the quote-unquote nuances of trigger-happy outlaws or knife and tomahawk-wielding outlaws while taking on the challenge. But, like I said, that should apply when we're just fishing in general. Let's see, Ken. So they can add a middle-of-the-road fishing challenges, but I can't risk my hand playing five-finger fillet. One day, Kane, you'll get to play five-finger fillet and lose all your fingers. See, Lee, agree on fishing needing to be set right as protected and test before releasing it. Don't let someone pull a fish rod out and then get glitched out. I agree. Let's see, Riley, I want to see the world burn. How about I kill a fisherman? Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of... I don't know why. I mean, what joy do you get out of killing somebody that's defenseless? Because whenever you're fishing, it even takes the mini-map off. So you can't even see a dot approaching you. Like I said, the anglers in the game are the most defenseless and harmless players in the game at the moment. When you're fishing, you're at your most harmless. I mean, when you're at the store, right? Or you're at the butcher, you automatically go into passive mode. I still think that when you just pull out your catalog, that should also put you in passive mode. Because it's the same thing. It's just that you're not at a store in Tumbleweed or Valentine or elsewhere. You're still shopping to a store, even though it's mobile. That should put you in passive mode. And the same thing applies to fishing. I mean, all you're doing is fishing. Let's see. Brian, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing well this weekend. So you have West, the only thing that's going to stop griefers is invite only. Yep, exactly. That's what we were talking about a moment ago. That is the best solution to combating griefers is multiple lobby types. But it seems like everything Rockstar does is aimed towards preventing us from having multiple lobby types, at least for the time being. I I mean, we still are in quote-unquote beta, which I still think is bullshit because we have microtransactions. See, Riley, we're saving the fish, so... Oh, you're saving the fish. Whatever. See, Lee, psychopaths and bully. Yeah. I don't know what the deal is about it. Have we changed the topic? We have not changed the topic. We're still talking about Red Dead Online, Ishmael. We're not talking about Doom. But anyways, back on topic. So where were we? Okay, so... Oh yeah, moseying over to bounties. Okay. So the bounty system. When we first heard about the bounty system... Yeah, I had my doubts about it. I had my concerns, as I mentioned in previous videos over the past month. When we started getting more and more information about it. Let's go back to the newer article. Alright, so... As most of you know, I did a rant video about it Friday. By the way, thank you so much to everybody that has watched the videos, left comments. Yes, I do read your comments. Even if you disagree with me, I respect your views and opinions as long as your comments don't get a little too spicy. I mean, a little bit of spice is one thing, but some of the comments got a little too nasty. So, yeah. But the bounty system, as I mentioned in my rant video, I had serious issue with. And it just feels like an excuse to take more money that we earn in the game, whether through doing the Showdown series, the Stranger missions, the Land of Opportunities, or hunting and fishing payouts. It's just more money out of our pockets. The bounty system in Red Dead Online is terrible, as I mentioned already. And I don't know why I did not even include Red Dead Redemption Multiplayer's bounty system, which is actually a lot more similar to Grand Theft Auto Online's bounty system, where you could actually put a bounty on another player that's causing issue. That's the way the bounty system should work. It should have nothing to do with you killing NPCs or animals. I mean, yeah, you kill NPCs in Red Dead Online, you get XP, but you also get punished with the wanted system. We already have a wanted system in the game, where lawmen come after you, whether you're in Saint Denis or elsewhere. Isn't that sufficient punishment for killing NPCs in this game? Do we have to be nickeled and dimed, quite literally, every time we kill an NPC? So, first and foremost, bounties for NPCs should be completely off the table. Secondly, this system is not working because of the fact that, as most people have learned, even defending yourself, when you did not start a fight, you get killed by a player or a posse, and then when you come back and you manage to get a kill on them, what happens? You get a bounty as well. That doesn't make any damn sense. So the bounty system, as I pointed out, like I mentioned in my rant video, is garbage. And it needs to be replaced with something better. And if they have, like I meant, like the suggestion I had, because I do rant about stuff, but I do try to also throw out some sort of idea or suggestion or solution. A good one, bad one, people can disagree, but I try to throw something out there that might be better. And in my opinion, what we have in Grand Theft Auto Online and what we had in Red Dead Redemption Multiplayer was better. You go to the interaction menu, you highlight the player that was griefing you, you put a bounty on them. Whether it's a $10 bounty, a $20 bounty, a $50 bounty, and then that entices other players to kill that player. If that player survives, say, 48 minutes, then, okay, good for them. They get to keep the bounty. But at the very least, that bounty stays with them, even if they jump to a different lobby, just like in Grand Theft Auto Online. At the very least, it forces that griefer to leave because they know that they're about to get a world of hurt from a lot of the other players that are in the lobby that don't take too kindly to griefers. And you see a big old bullseye appear on the map. No matter where you go, whether it's all the way up to Amberino, into the mountains, or into the swamps, or out west by Gaptooth, you're not safe because you got that bullseye on you. That, in my opinion, is a better solution than what we currently have in the game. Plus, it would reward players for going after bounties because they would get some of that money. They wouldn't get all of it because I think you know, the game always gets its cut, just like bounties in Grand Theft Auto Online. They get their cut. The same thing should apply here. That way, we're not all getting bounties over every little kill. And some other people made a very good point that there's some players in Red Dead Online, just like in Grand Theft Auto Online, friends, that just like to goof off. They just want to goof off and kill each other. They just want to have fun. They want to roam around, whether, you know, out by Armadillo or up in the snow, and just murder each other. Some people enjoy that. They love, you know, getting better, practicing at PvP with each other. And yet they're both racking up bounties. Even though it's consensual, even though several of them are perfectly okay with killing each other. They're still getting bounties? Really, Rockstar? They're minding their own business, killing each other. People do that all the time in Grand Theft Auto Online, and people do it all the time in Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. So yeah, the bounty system is trash. It's rubbish. It's garbage. Whatever you want to call it, it sucks. All right, let's go back to chat real quick. Okay, Sedan's here. Hello, Sedan. How you doing? Where did we leave off? Let's see. Lee, players reported for disruptive players should have other players allowed to set their own money as a bounty. Yeah, up to 10, 20 bucks, and let that stack. Yeah. Well, I mean, they would, obviously the bounty system that I have in mind, you couldn't just keep setting bounties on everybody in the lobby. There would be a cooldown period. Like, you can only set another bounty maybe every 2 minutes. And obviously the money would come out of your pocket. But I think more, just like in Grand Theft Auto Online, people are more than happy to pay a bounty, you know, in order to get a bullseye on somebody. Of course, people in Grand Theft Auto Online now really don't care as much as they used to. But right now, I think it would at least be something else to do. Let's see, Sedan, don't know how talkative I'll be, just lurking. No, it's fine. You can lurk all you want. All you lurkers. Hola, lurkers. Hope y'all doing well. Let's see, Sedan, let's see, look at this raid, Rockstar, wide snowball fights. Yeah. Yeah, what's going to happen if they do actually add the ability for us to go up into the snow and have snowball fights, and the game sees it no different than us, you know, fighting each other and PvPing, and they decide, okay, we're getting bounties for snowball fighting. It's stupid. The bounty system in Red Dead Online, courtesy of update 1.06, is a big, fat fail. That's a fail. The fact that they haven't fixed the fishing issue, the fact that we don't have multiple lobby types yet, the fact that they're trip-fitting clothing, hats, jackets, boots, pair of socks. It's ridiculous. Like I said, they tease us for the freaking Evans repeater, yet we don't even get the Evans repeater day one. We might get it this Tuesday, but then again, we may not get it for a few weeks. We don't know when we're going to get the Evans repeater. We'll see Sedan. Then again, no bounties for hog tying. You know what's funny? I forgot, I think Rockstar was asked in a newswire years ago, back when Red Dead Redemption 1 came out and they had Red Dead Redemption multiplayer. They were asked, I don't know if it was an old IGN or GameSpot article, but I do remember this. They were actually asked, why can we not lasso players in Red Dead Redemption multiplayer? And back then, Rockstar didn't want players to feel like they were being griefed. Kind of funny how things have changed, right? Red Dead Redemption multiplayer, we couldn't have lassos because Rockstar knew that was griefing. They knew that there were a lot of players that weren't going to like being lassoed and tied up and hog-tied. But for some reason, now it's perfectly fine. Just like with an orbital cannon in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's see, Mishrai. Hello, Mish. How's it going? Hope you're doing well this weekend. Let's see, Ishmael. We have news about Borderlands 3 reveal. Well, cool. See, Sedan. 45 gold bars and you get the special anti-lasso hat. I'm surprised there isn't an ability card for that. Okay, so now we're going to just talk about random Red Dead Online thoughts over the past, 3-4 months now. Our views and opinions of the game. going forward. Then we'll move on to some other topics. All right, so speaking of ability cards, for the record, oh yeah, the emotes. I did make an emote joke, didn't I? Didn't I make an emote joke? Yeah. Rockstar, really? Making us pay you money for emotes? I mean, that's how desperate you are to add content to this game, that every little thing you're going to add now, even emotes, you're going to make us pay for. Whether it's in-game cash from like $100 to $300, depending on the emote, to some of them bars of gold, like from 7 to 13 bars of gold. It's ridiculous. So dumb. It really does show you what they care about, you know? And look, their business, I get it. Most online games have microtransactions on this and that, some worse than others. But this early on in an online game, including the beta, and you just happen to be drip feeding clothing and nickel and diming people with a new bounty system and making people pay hundreds of dollars and gold bars for emotes, yeah, it kind of makes you look bad. I don't know if that was a Rockstar decision or a Take-Two decision, but it could have been a Take-Two because, I mean, one of the couple past NBA games that they've came out with has a lot of microtransactions in it. They're pretty ridiculous. So, yeah. UG Outlaw. What's up, UG Outlaw? One of our awesome members is here. Hello there. Kane, I thought it was 112 bars for that hat. Yeah, you were wrong. It's a discount, Kane. It's a discount. Yeah, we'll talk about the ability cards in just a second. And if there's anything else that we haven't covered regarding Red Dead Online you want to bitch about, feel free and throw it in chat while we have you guys up in the chats on the stream. See, Sedan, seriously, ability cards are stupid. Yeah, it's another monetized thing. It's another thing that you have to pay money for in the game. And to be honest, do we really need the ability cards to enjoy Red Dead Online? My answer is no. We don't need ability cards in Grand Theft Auto Online. We didn't need ability cards in Red Dead Redemption Multiplayer. The only reason why we have ability cards in Red Dead Online is, in the word of Dutch, money. That's why. Horse mechanics. Lee, could you be a little bit more specific? No middle finger emote. Oh, don't worry. You'll get that middle finger emote, Lee. You're just going to have to pay 25 bars of gold for it, buddy. It'll be a big middle finger from Rockstar to you. Let's see, Sedan. About the only thing I want to spend money on in Red Dead Online is the ability to remove the damn second-hand holster I wasted gold on. I don't know. I kind of like having the ability to dual wield. But I have mentioned in a few improving videos how I would like the ability to remove certain weapons that we can't sell back. But I don't know if that's going to ever happen. It'd be nice if Rockstar actually listened to the feedback from the community. And later on in the stream, for fun, I was thinking about doing this as a separate video, but if we get really bored for Grand Theft Auto Online, we're going to go to the new Grand Theft Auto Online feedback page. And we're going to start leaving feedback. Maybe. No promises. But, yeah, I mean, the setting. Oh, yeah, the setting was the other issue. And I brought this up time and time again. See, Lee, why are horses so stupid? I've ridden horses, and they don't run into a tree no matter what. How dumb the rider is. I think they've actually improved it. It was really bad like early on in Red Dead Redemption 2, but then they did some sort of patch, and I think the horses are a little bit smarter now. But in the end, you know, horses in video games still make mistakes. See, at least Sedan, at least add the cosmetic choice to make it a true left-handed holster rather than a right-handed cross-draw. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have it to where you could have one holster on the left and one holster on the right instead of just having one in the middle. It seems kind of odd. Let's see, it makes so many jackets. Yeah, there's a lot of clipping and glitching because of it, yeah. Let's see, Kane, if you're going to do a Grand Theft Auto Online feedback page, okay, we'll see about that. Like I said, no promises. That may come later. Lee, you're perfectly entitled to disagree. It's all good. We all have our different opinions. As long as we're civil to each other. I never claim to be 100% right. But what we're we talking about? Oh, yeah, the setting. I've mentioned this before as well. And maybe a lot of you are like, gee, GeauxBurns has turned into a fucking parrot. I know. But, okay, UG Outlaw. Let me read what UG Outlaw has to say first before I talk about my thoughts before we move on. UG Outlaw says, if you're ranting about Red Dead Online, I have something to say. Ever since it launched, I can't even get online. It's starting to piss me off. Yeah, see, that's the same problem that Red 5 Motors has had and several others have had. Despite this update, some people are still having difficulty logging in. Have you had a chance to try to log in lately, UG Outlaw? Let me know if you have. What about the gun belt floating around you? Yeah, no, another fun issue. Yeah, another exciting issue. I mean, I see a lot of the clothing glitches. It just looks awful. Like when you're wearing some of the hats and basically the guns go like straight through the back of the hat. It's so stupid, but you try to ignore it, but sometimes it's difficult to ignore that sort of thing. So one thing I say was the biggest mistake. Well, there's several mistakes I feel like Rockstar made when it came to Red Dead Online as I take a bite from my walnut brownie. It has walnuts in it, therefore good for you. Nice. But anyways, let me know what you guys snack. Are you guys snacking on anything during the GB cast? Are you enjoying the GB cast? If you are, boom, likes will be very much appreciated. But as some of you know, hopefully most of you, there's technically two settings in Red Dead Redemption 2. We have $18.99, and then, without going into too many spoilers, we have 1907. Let's see, sedan. Do you make your own? I don't make my own walnut brownies. I just get them from Whole Foods. They make them for me. See, Kane's having pizza. Let's see, Lee's having pretzel rods. Nice. Archangel's just having some candy. Sedan's having some water. Wishing you had tacos. Tacos. I like tacos. So UG Outlaw tried an hour ago. Still getting kicked. That's not good. That is a very bad sign indeed. But 1907. For the life of me, I don't know why Rockstar did not put Red Dead Online into the 1907 time period as opposed to 1899 prior to the events of Red Dead Redemption 2. Because Red Dead Online can exist on its own in a different time period. And since Rockstar has two different time periods, 1899, 1907, in my opinion, for an online game, in order to appeal to as many people as possible so you can have, a variety of content down the road, 1907 makes more sense. Exactly, Lee. By 1907, cars were becoming more of a thing. Yeah, they're slow. You're still probably better off with a horse. But a lot of people want cars. Even if they're the early old-timey, cars from that period. The first decade in the 1900s. And there were some pretty sexy-looking cars back then. Like I said, slow as fuck. But so what? People want them. The same thing goes for aircraft. Now, Riley, one of our mods, she loves flying in Grand Theft Auto Online. She's a fly girl. She loves planes and jets. And while not everybody in Grand Theft Auto Online likes planes and jets, some of us do. And by 1907, there were some planes in existence in the world. I mean, it was, a few years earlier, the Wright brothers, took the kitty cock off, first flight and all that stuff, which actually happened on my birthday, Well, not my birthday exactly, but the same day I was born. Well, a few decades later. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, technology-wise, they would have more stuff to add to the game in 1907 than they would. They're a lot more limited with the 1899 setting than the 1907 setting. See, sedan. See, the fact of the matter is using 1899 isn't going to stop Rockstar from adding 1907 and later tech into the game. I know that. I mean, they could always just do it anyways. They could just do a time jump like they did with Grand Theft Auto Online, because technically Grand Theft Auto Online started off before the events of Grand Theft Auto 5, quote-unquote, 2013. But we've pretty much ruled it's been proven in the past several updates to Grand Theft Auto Online that the timeline has shifted past 2013 in Grand Theft Auto Online. So they could easily do the same thing for Red Dead Online. And most of us wouldn't have a problem with it. The problem is several of the strangers, they'd have to probably go away. Well, maybe not. Maybe people just don't care. I don't know. But we'll see. Sedan, assuming that the game lives long... yeah, assuming that the game lives long enough. At this point, we really don't know. It's kind of in trouble. See, Kane, the reason why I can't think of a setting in online in 1899 over 1907 is because it prevents spoilers from the epilogue. Well, here's the thing. They could still do Red Dead Online in 1907 without ever mentioning anything from Red Dead Redemption 2. They could do that theoretically. They could do that. They could do it if they wanted to. It would have just, in my opinion, if I was sitting there at the table and they were deciding, okay, when is Red Dead Online going to take place? I would have stood up and I said, well, my opinion is we should do it in 1907 because of this, and this. Whether or not they listened, obviously they probably wouldn't. But who knows? Let's see, Sedan, they could have deleted one or two of the whole world potential. Yeah, because they could just simply just make like Red Dead Online exist on its own, separate to Red Dead Redemption 2. A lot of people would make the argument that Grand Theft Auto Online now officially exists separate to Grand Theft Auto 5. See, Lee, 1907, second generation of planes, experimental biplanes, plus there were balloons. Well, balloons were already a thing by 1899, obviously, but there's also blimps, zeppelins, and other technology too, like different weapons that didn't exist in 1899 that now would exist in 1907. So that's always going to be an issue. Ave West, bite your brownie again, GB. Okay. Brownie. That make you happy, Ave? See, Lee, why can't we use or rent a hot air balloon to travel? It's possible that we may eventually get balloons. Because that's another thing we thought about a while back. Well, what could they add to Red Dead Online in 1899? They could add hot air balloons, so you could have your own hot air balloon. Similar to, I guess, the yachts in Grand Theft Auto Online. They could also give us riverboats. And, yeah, so you could have your own customizable riverboat similar to a yacht and our balloon, whether or not they actually serve a purpose, or you just buy it because you got money and you want to say, hey, check out my balloon, or hey, check out my riverboat. I don't know. I guess they'd have to find some sort of logical reason to have one or both. I mean, the riverboat would make sense because then you could put, like, the poker tables, blackjack tables, dominoes, five-finger fillet. You could put the in-game stuff in a riverboat if you want. That would work. See, Archangel, what bothers me the most is me getting sent back to my home screen, game freezing glitches. That sucks. See, Kane, GB releasing his inner Homer Simpson. Let's see, UG Outlaw. Funny enough, I'm eating brownies too. What kind of brownies you had? I'm having a walnut brownie. Brownies with walnuts in it. And you have to focus on the walnut part. That's what makes it healthy. Let's see, West, thanks for making me hungry. You told me to do it. I was just doing what I was told. Jeez. I'm trying to please and entertain you. And that's the thanks I get. High point sniping. Yeah, well, I mean, the range of a gun could only go so far. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they could make hot air balloons an actual something you'd want to have. It would have to serve some sort of purpose. I could see them eventually adding like a hot air balloon mission, like in maybe one of the Land of Opportunity missions or future heists, like bank robberies, train robberies, etc., where you'd have to use a hot air balloon, but just for like an item you purchase and can use in free roam. I don't know. There's a possibility you could make it work. Let's see. Sedan, self-loading rifles, more automatic pistols, more powerful double-action revolvers, cars, planes, List goes on and on for what 1907 could have offered. They should have started in 1907 and moved forward. I agree. I agree. We'll see. Hopefully 100 years from now, things will be better. Yeah, we'll see. None of us will be around probably in 100 years from now. See, UG Outlaw, would you think Red Dead Online, they would put in a building, your own house, like John Marston? I don't think they're ever going to have us do that, UG Outlaw. I think that they'll probably have it to where we can buy property and have certain customization options, just like with the properties in Grand Theft Auto Online. Like you'll be able to buy maybe a ranch or a mansion or just a house or an apartment. And then it would give you some customization options. Obviously, more opportunities for Rockstar to take money from us. But you'd be able to customize your apartment or your house or whatever. Your riverboat. The interior at least. And then you would be able to make it look, I guess, whatever limited options we get to whatever you want it to look like. So I seriously doubt that they're going to ever do anything externally, like an external, like building up your ranch if you have a ranch, or like similar to what you were talking about a moment ago. Let's see. Archangel, I face something in the future will come. Glitches will be fixed. See. I think it'd be best if we were able to rent out hotel and motel rooms. I'd rather just own something than rent. Well, I think we beat this dead horse enough. What do y'all think? Yeah. I mean, there should be... I still think there's going to be another update coming in April. A bigger update. And hopefully that update will actually bring people back to the game. And it'll be something we could be excited about. I mean, like I said, I wasn't expecting this update to actually set the world on fire. It was supposed to make some fixes to the game. Give us a little bit of things to do and some content to hold us over till the big update, because this is by far not a big update. But to be honest, I don't know. I mean, the big update, if there is one coming in April, is really going to have to wow a lot of people. You have to wow a lot of people. But I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's go back to chat real quick. We got a few more people that left comments. Let's see. Where were we? What's next on the GB cast? Maybe we'll do some Star Trek in a second. Talk a little Star Trek. We're also going to talk Star Wars, because I'm into Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm a sci-fi comic book gaming weirdo. Let's see. Guy, what's up, Guy? Let's see. Do you think Rockstar will redeem themselves? Let's see. Cormac, GB, don't set the world on fire. I'm not going to set anything on fire. That's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So, Dan. Official consensus. Red Dead Online needs Jesus. Well, Rockstar needs some sort of miracle right now. All right. Guys, so can Rockstar redeem themselves? They're not doing a good job with putting a price tag on everything in the game. The emotes, getting bounties for every little thing, even for defending yourself, even for killing NPCs. In Grand Theft Auto Online, we don't get charged a fee for killing NPCs. Yeah, we get wanted, and that's enough, I think. Being wanted, the wanted level, that's sufficient for punishment for killing NPCs. But putting a price, like making us pay for this and that, whether it's emotes or ability cards or, you know, the bounty system, even if it's just like right now it's not much money, what's to stop Rockstar from increasing that? The answer is nothing's to stop Rockstar. And maybe that's their plan. Maybe down the road they up it a little bit more. And they try to justify it by continuing to combat griefing. We've raised the bounty prices to make it more punishment for the griefers. But at the same time, how is it right to also punish players that are simply defending themselves, that have been killed and are retaliating by killing those that were killing them? Why should they get a bounty as well? It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, we already went over that, okay. Let's see, UG Outlaw Comics, anything Batman related, I can talk for hours. I don't think we have any Batman topics, but we will talk. Kane did want me to talk about something real quick. So we will go into a comic discuss. Let's see. Where is it? I'm trying to find the... it's in Discord. Let's see. We go to Discord real quick. I know Kane put it in there. What's... oh, okay, okay. See, supposedly, Aunt May passed away. Well, one of the Aunt Mays. Let me look. Let me first see if I can confirm it. Are you sure she passed away, Kane? Because there are no articles indicating that she has passed away. It says she's still 91 years old. Rosemary Harris. Hold on, let me pull this. Let me switch over. Okay. Let me look real quick. Okay, so here she is. I always hate this over here at the Wikipedia. Alright. It doesn't say anything about her being dead. Oh, it was a hoax. So why didn't you tell me it was a hoax? Alright, so fortunately, Rosemary Harris, who played Aunt May in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, is still alive. Okay, so that's good. Alright. Well, she's still alive and kicking. Okay, so it was a hoax. That's why I went and looked for an article first before we talked about it. So I'm glad she's still alive. She's 91 years old. My grandma, she's like in her 90s too. So I'm glad they're both still around. And speaking of Aunt May real quick, let's talk about that. We'll talk about that. This is something that's been kind of on my mind a little. I know some people will be like, "Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it, GP. Don't do it. Please don't." Okay. I like Marissa Tomei. And this is just a funny topic, a segue from this topic to the next, okay? Okay, so, look, I like Marissa Tomei. But I still have trouble accepting her as Aunt May. Does anyone else feel this way? Am I the only one? I mean, I don't have a problem with Peter Parker's aunt being, you know, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. But like during the the Far From Home trailer when Spider-Man was at that charity thing, I forgot that Marissa Tomei, once again, I forgot that she was playing Aunt May. As I'm like, look, oh, who's that hot chick right by Spider-Man? I'm like, God damn it, that's Aunt May. God, I keep forgetting. Because we're so used to her, Aunt May being older. It's hard. You know, it's just like you can't bring yourself to believe it. See, Sedan, I had a crush on Marissa Tomei since My Cousin Vinny. I know a lot of guys did. A lot of girls, too. You know, a lot of people had crushes on Marissa Tomei. She's a pretty good actor. Yeah, I agree. And I have no problem with Marissa Tomei having work. I'm totally down with that. Jay, I never thought I'd say this. Okay, calm down, Jay. Calm down. Calm down. But... let me see a bigger picture. Go freaking... You can go on Google and get a bigger picture of her. So, there you go. See, I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But it doesn't... I accept it. I accept that she's Aunt May. But there's part of me that also doesn't accept it. But there's also part of me that's okay with it. It's very weird. It's very weird. Oh, here we go. Sedan brings up the most important poll of our time. Most important poll of our time. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is so stupid. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, so this is gonna be the most important one. Where? Okay. So, okay. No, I need an image of Kristen Dunst, Mary Jane. I'm trying to find one. So you always got to be careful when you're doing this because you never know when you may see some naughty stuff. That's why I always like to do this before starting the stream. Okay. All right. So. Damn it. Okay. Click on that one. Okay. Okay. Just, damn it. Just work, you stupid thing. All right. Why does it put it over here? I don't want it over there on the side. All right. But anyways, there you go. Okay. Okay. This is the most important vote of our time. Forget the 2020 election. All right. Sam Raimi, Mary Jane are the new Aunt May. Vote. Vote now. Hashtag vote now. Okay, that's what you have to vote on. All right, so let's move on. let's move forward with our lives. To the future we go. Okay, so fortunately we avoided anything naughty appearing in the Googles. Lucky for us. So that's the important vote. Cormac votes Tom Holland. Okay, you can vote for Tom Holland if you want to, Cormac, but I don't know. I guess I'd have to vote for Marissa Tomei over Christian Dunst. I mean, sorry. Not sorry. All right, so as some of you know, I'm into comics and sci-fi. I'm a Trekkie. I'm also a Star Wars fan, so we got some Star Wars stuff to talk about already. And we're not talking about Star. We're done with crushes right now, Sedan. We're done with that right now. We're talking about Discovery Season 3. Now, I'm sure maybe one or two of you have watched Star Trek Discovery. It's not a very popular show, but I'm going to talk about it some more because I'm actually surprised it's getting a third season. Now, I'm not a Star Trek Discovery hater, but at the same time, I'm not a Drekkie, as they call them. Look, I've been wanting Star Trek Discovery to do better. Any show I watch, I want it to do better. I don't like watching crap. But overall, I would say I have not been very impressed with Star Trek Discovery. There are moments that I like. There's moments I don't like. I know we talked a little bit about this last week. So according to StarTrek.com, Discovery renewed for Season 3. It's official. CBS All Access today announced the third season renewal for Star Trek Discovery. Also, that Michelle Paradise will join Alex Kurtzman, who I think is the big issue why Star Trek Discovery could have been better, because they went through several showrunners at the beginning. That kind of just made it awful. And it feels like a lot of the staff on Star Trek Discovery have never bothered watching any previous Star Trek TV shows, let alone the movies. Specifically the TV shows. But anyways, your thoughts regarding Star Trek Discovery. Those of you that care, let's see what everyone has to say about Star Trek Discovery. If you've actually watched it, don't just say it just because you've heard someone else say it. I want someone's opinion if you actually watched it. Let's see. Or at the very least, if you want to be positive and you're a Star Trek fan, talk about your favorite Star Trek character, or like Sedan asked, your Star Trek crush, or your favorite Star Trek series. There you go. Let's see. UG Outlaw. I don't know much about Star Trek Discovery, so I'm going to stay quiet on this one. Okay. Well, UG Outlaw, if there is a Star Trek series that you like or Star Trek character, you can mention them. And why. Let's see, Hakime, I watched it, but it's just, yeah, pretty much. Let's see, Sedan, I don't watch the show. I want to be canceled. The longer it goes on, the less motivated to watch future Star Trek properties, even if they bring back Picard. Yeah, okay, so we'll talk about, a lot of this may be a repeat of what I said last week, but bear with me. I wanted Star Trek Discovery to do well. Because, like I said, I like Star Trek, I like Star Wars. I don't pick one over the other. I like them both. I want them both to succeed. And yeah, it looks good. Because they spent a shit ton of money on Star Trek Discovery. From the sets to the special effects. But I don't like the fact that they tried to tie it in to the original series as much as they did. And I mentioned this last week. And that's what really bothers me about Star Trek Discovery. It could have existed as its own thing, with its own characters that had no ties whatsoever to characters from the original series. I don't have a problem with Michael Berman. I don't have a problem with the actress. I liked her in The Walking Dead when she was in The Walking Dead. I feel like that Michael Berman could be a little bit better, and maybe a lot of that comes down to the writing. I don't like how they try to shoehorn her in to Spock's life, where she just happens to be rescued by Sarek, even though we never heard about Michael Berman before. Like, her parents were killed by Klingons. She's rescued as a young child by Sarek, brought to live on Vulcan with his wife Amanda and their son Spock. I mean, why couldn't have it just been a new Vulcan character? Like a Vulcan captain. Like a female Vulcan captain finds young Michael Berman and brings her to live with her on Vulcan with her family. And you don't have to bring in Sarek. You don't have to bring in Amanda. You don't have to bring in Spock. You can introduce new characters because Sarek's not the only Vulcan in Star Trek or on Vulcan. That was my first issue. That was my first problem. So it was always going to turn people off that they were trying to put Michael Berman in this position that never existed before. Now, you could also make the argument, well, we didn't know about Spock's other sibling, Sybok, until Star Trek V. And to that response, I'm like, really? You had to bring up Star Trek V? Yeah. Yeah. Star Trek V introduces Spock's older brother, Sybok, who actually is a full Vulcan, which I think was Sarek's first marriage. And I think his first wife died. Sybok went off and did his own thing, and then we only find out about Sybok in Star Trek V. So I guess, unfortunately, you could have an excuse that, well, why didn't Spock mention Michael Berman in the original series or the movies? Well, he didn't mention Sybok either until episode 5. You could make that argument, I suppose. But at the same time, I would have preferred Star Trek Discovery taking place, I guess, maybe after the events of Voyager and Deep Space Nine, instead of them trying to make another prequel. They did a prequel of Star Trek Enterprise. Originally, it was called Enterprise. It was okay. It was hit or miss. It started getting really good by the 4th season, but that's about the time they canceled Star Trek Enterprise. And Enterprise was on a much lower budget than Star Trek Discovery. Like, Discovery's like, from what I've read, it's like between $8 to $10 million an episode, and it doesn't get any views. It doesn't trend. You go on Twitter, and plenty of others have pointed this out as well, that it doesn't get views, it doesn't trend, and a lot of people don't really care for it. Now, there is a fan base that does like Star Trek Discovery. I'm in the middle once again. I want to like it. I want it to do better. But there's so many times when it just drops the ball. It could be so much more, but it fails. And honestly, I mean, there have been some decent moments in Season 2. Just like there were some moments in Season 1. But in my opinion, I don't feel like Discovery deserves a 3rd season. But then again, the first 2 seasons of Star Trek, The Next Generation, didn't really set the world on fire either. A lot of people tend to forget that. I mean, there were a few decent episodes in Season 1 and 2. It didn't really start to get good until Season 3 of Star Trek Next Generation. So you kind of have to give Discovery a little bit of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? A chance, if you will. But, I mean, as several people pointed out, unlike Next Gen and Deep Space Nine and later on Voyager and Enterprise, those were on network TV where people could watch it without having it behind a paywall. And that's what really sets a lot of people off, is the fact that Star Trek Discovery is behind a paywall because CBS All Access is CBS's streaming service. And those of you that don't know CBS, it's one of our networks in America. It's one of the quote-unquote big 3. Well, it used to be one of the big 3. CBS, NBC, ABC. There's a lot of other ones now. But since everyone now wants a streaming service, to compete with Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and now Disney Plus and CBS All Access. They're putting shows on these streaming services that you have to pay money to watch. And Discovery is one of those shows. They premiered the first episode on the network. And to be honest, they should have kept Discovery on the network, especially with how much it costs per episode for Discovery. I mean, it's, like I said, it's an expensive-ass show. But then they're putting the new Twilight Zone on CBS All Access. But that's being done by Jordan Peele. And, Jordan Peele I have a lot more faith in than Kurtzman. So I think Peele will probably do a good job with the Twilight Zone series. Hopefully. Or else Rod Serling's going to come for you. But I have faith in Peele. He's done some pretty good stuff. But, yeah, Star Trek Discovery, I don't know. I mean, it's going to have to really do some amazing stuff before the end of the season, in my opinion, to justify a third season. But whether it justifies it or not, whether it's getting the views or not, whether it's trending or not, and obviously it's not really trending because you'd see people talking about it all the time on Twitter, it's still getting a third season. Whether or not the third season ends up redeeming Star Trek Discovery, I guess we'll find out. Let's go over to the chat, see what everyone has to say. Archangel, I will see you later. Have a great weekend. Let's see, where are we? Yuji Outlaw. See, I always loved Star Trek The Next Generations. Used to watch it with my dad when I was a kid. Sedan, I've gotten to the point where I enjoy some Enterprise, but still can't get anything from Star Trek Discovery. Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Next Gen, original series, so all good. Even the films, excluding the JJ films and Insurrection. Hakime, I just wouldn't pay to watch it. And that's the issue. A lot of people, there's two, like, I pay the $6 a month, which includes some commercials. But there's some people that probably pay the $10 for commercial free. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather pay the $6. I can endure some commercials. I don't have a problem with it. In America, most of us don't have a problem with watching a TV show, especially a good show, and having commercials in between breaks. And I think that it would probably reach a larger audience if it actually was still on the network and not behind the paywall. Then again, maybe it was a smart move on their part to put it behind a paywall because maybe it would be doing way worse and it would be way more obvious that it was failing because of the rating system that comes out after every show premieres, every new episode and whatnot. Let's see. Where are we? Brian, not a fan of the Star Trek series. Well, we're about to move on to Star Wars. No worries. Let's see. As if the JJ Verse films were already bad reboot. There's some things I liked about the JJ Verse, the Calvin timeline. Other things I didn't like, to be honest. Let's see. Cormac, hit or miss. Yeah, pretty much. Keem. Only like the redhead on there, but now she talks too much. Oh, Tilly? Yeah, I quickly started disliking Tilly. The way they write her is horrible. I wanted to like Tilly, but I try to like everybody, but it doesn't work out. Let's see. Anthony Perez. Hello, Anthony. How's it going? Let's see. Sedan, if they want to do a prequel. I think we've had enough prequels. Like, Enterprise was a prequel. This is a prequel. Like I said, as a Star Trek fan, I would very much prefer that they just did a series post-Voyager, post-Deep Space Nine, after the Dominion War, after the events of Star Trek. What was it? Was it Nemesis? Was Nemesis the last Picard, the last Next Gen movie? I think it was Nemesis, right? Yeah, you had Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. Yeah, I think it was Nemesis. Is that right? I don't remember. I mean, like, Nemesis had a lot of action in it, but in the end, people just didn't like it. Let's see, Sedan. The difference, though, is that you don't have to pay to... Exactly. Like, there's too much streaming now. Too much damn streaming. Let's see. Hakime, for me, any season of Next Gen was better than this. Yeah, and I think a lot of people agree. Because say what you will about the first two seasons, at least there was better character development with Picard and Riker, Deanna Troi, even Beverly Crusher, who was probably the least liked character on Star Trek Next Generation. Of course, you had Worf, you had LaForge, Yeah, Data. I think I covered everybody. Wow. Let's see. Kane, you're back. Welcome back, Kane. But anyway, so I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Discovery. Let us move over from Star Trek to Star Wars. And then we'll circle back real quick to, I guess, anyone else's thoughts regarding Red Dead Online for anyone that missed the discussion. So the rumor, and I think the rumor has been debunked, because I read another article. Wait, this was 7 months ago. Why does it say 7 months ago? I thought this article said 2 days ago. I've been lied to, everybody. Lies. Nothing but lies. Alright, so let's go back to Google. I could have swore I got a better article. So the rumor is, that everyone got excited about, was that George Lucas was involved with the script for Episode 9 of Star Wars. Whether or not that's true, I don't think it's true. I think that was just, I mean, he may have visited the set and maybe he had some, you know, a little chat here and there with some people. But I did think I saw an article where it was debunked. All right, let's scroll over here real quick. See, I have to go by the dates, and maybe I just clicked on the wrong one. It happens, you know, it's not the end of the world. Let's see, what about Star Wars Episode 9? Let's do that. Episode 9. Boom. All right. All right. See, this is a day ago. Of course, it's hard to tell which one to go with. Like, Dork Side of the Force. All right, this is what they said. Okay, make sure this doesn't play. Stop. I don't care. Let's see, one more Star Wars. Sure, lots of more Star Wars. Thank you, Disney. Even if it's crap, I want more. More crap! Star crap. No, just kidding. I actually prefer quality over quantity. Let's see, Hakime. Let's see, this thing I have. Yeah, I love character development and plot and stuff. Let's see, can we get this to stop? Yeah, pause that. I don't even know what the hell that is. I think that's Captain Marvel. Let's see. Yeah, Sedan. I don't think there's anything we can do to salvage Episode 9. The best bet is to move forward. Well, I mean, I want to be optimistic, and I want to say that there is a possibility that Episode 9 may redeem the new trilogy. It's always a hope. Yeah, I know Star Wars Theory made a video. I haven't watched this video yet. But I'm just going by this article from darksideoftheforce.com. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, so Star Wars rumor. This one came out 4 hours ago, by the way. Star Wars rumor, George Lucas helping with Episode 9. Probably not. A Star Wars Episode 9 rumor says that none other than George Lucas has been brought in to lend a hand to director J.J. Abrams to help him in his works in post-production. If true, turning to the person who gave birth to our favorite Star Wars universe is a good first step. Please be advised that you have to take this with a grain of salt or a grain of sand. Yeah, we'll take it with a grain of sand instead. The rumor, which can be read, see, we got this covered. That's where it was started at. We got this covered. Says that Star Wars creator George Lucas has helped with numerous sequences to fine-tune some of the legacy characters and their intentions with some of the sequel trilogy characters. Given his work in the prequel trilogy, this could possibly be either good or bad news, depending on your point of view. Given the reactions from some of the fandom of The Last Jedi and Solo, it certainly could not hurt if indeed George Lucas was involved. Okay, so I don't want to read any spoilers, so we're not going to read any spoilers. Let's see, if it's a big if, Lucas is helping, it would be on some of the smaller aspects. See, Abrams and company are still in charge of the creative aspect of the film. It should be fine. If it goes deeper, say reshoots, it could get dicey. Abrams knows that the direction and the tone of the film he is looking for. That would mean that, again, if true, Lucas would have the knowledge of the film, story, and tone. Something that generally outside help does not have the privilege, no matter the stature. Being, this is only a rumor, and I think it's just a rumor, by the way. It would be all right to seek help from the franchise's creator. It is, however, hard to see Disney asking for help. It has backed both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi to no end. But that's publicly. Behind the scenes, you know, obviously they see the negative feedback overall. In the end, this seems to be a false rumor, one made up to get attention. Sure, it's plausible that Lucas could have been brought in, as he was seen in the last set of he was seen on the set of the Mandalorian, which is the upcoming Star Wars live action show. I'm hoping that's going to be good, by the way. I see. However, Lucas is likely always welcome on Star Wars sets, and that's what I think. I think he probably ended up on the Star Wars Episode 9 set. You know, he was just invited to come on set. You know, I don't really think that he had anything to do with it one way or the other. Let me pull up what I want to pull up real quick. Something in the background that looks Star Warsy. Maybe the Star Wars logo. Yay! Before we talk a little bit about Star Wars. All right, let me up Star Wars. Yeah, so I remember Star Wars. So that was a great movie. I think it starred Jar Jar Binks. Star Wars. All right. God damn it! Just what? There. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted to do. Was just have it like in the middle. Okay. So, anyways, let's see. Let me read over chat. Let's see, Brian. I hope Star Wars movie can be good at this point. Yeah. I want. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. A Star Wars. We're talking Star Wars. We're not playing Star Wars. We're just talking Star Wars. I may do another episode of Jedi Academy. I don't know if it next week, but in the near future we will do another one. Okay, so anyways, I want title suggestions, title ideas for episode 9. I'm sure this will go extraordinarily well, chat. I have nothing but faith, but I'll be honest, I already have a title idea. My title is Star Wars Episode 9, Balance of the Force. That's what I'm going with. So you can't use that. Star Wars Episode 9, Balance of the Force. That's my suggestion. All right, let's read what chat has to say. Let's see. Sedan, I'm picturing George Lucas on the set with a bag of burgers, cup of soda, just like Samuel L. Jackson at the beginning of Pulp Fiction. Ha! Funny. All right, so let's talk about George Lucas real quick. Now, yes, George Lucas was one of the main brainchilds behind Star Wars. I think it was also his wife that helped out a little bit at the time. His ex-wife. I mean, he is married right now, but it was his wife back, I think, during the original trilogy. I think she played a part in the Star Wars original trilogy as well. Let's see, Sedan, Star Wars Episode 9, Quest for More Money. Spaceballs reference. Very nice, very nice. But let's just look at George Lucas's track record. Now, I think he's a fantastic director. But if you go back to the 90s, when he decided to add stuff to the original trilogy, bear in mind, some things I think should have been added, like the reshoot for Emperor Palpatine with Ian McDiarmid. I think that was an obvious decision to make. I think that was a good idea. Replace the original actor from Empire with Ian McDiarmid because Ian McDiarmid is the Emperor. That makes sense to me. But making it to where Greedo shoots first, no, that didn't fart. Like Kane and I are on the same point. Same point. Han shot first. That was one of the things I actually like about Solo, is that Han clearly shoots first. Yeah. Let's see, Hakime, Episode 9, Enter the Jar Jar. Let's see, Brian, the title better be good. Yeah. Let's see, Sedan, don't forget George Lucas. Let's see, yeah, American Graffiti, THX. He's done a few decent ones. Let's see, El Davo. What's up, El Davo? Let's see, I'll talk about the prequels in just a second. But, yeah, that was one of the mistakes that Lucas made when he did some of the reshoots for the original trilogy, which, by the way, should have been very limited. Like I said, some stuff made sense to reshoot. The whole musical scene in Jabba's palace was dumb. Unless you go with the Oilnauts' Happy Birthday, Jabba, the birthday attack song, which I use now anytime someone has a birthday. I sent them that link. He actually made that scene way more enjoyable and tolerable. but that was unnecessary. So many things that were added. I mean, some of the special effects that they added, like the Battle of Yavin, that was cool. They added some stuff there. They peppered in some other things as well, which was fine. But Lucas has a habit of going back and changing things. Like Greedo shooting first instead of Han, which never made any sense. We never had a problem with Han shooting first. That was part of his character. He's like, nope, I'm not giving you a chance to shoot me. I'm shooting you first, Greedo. See, Crazy Peanut, what's up? Now, regarding the prequels, once again, I like the prequels more than the sequel trilogy. Because for one thing, despite the flaws of the prequels, at least it's a definitive vision from start to finish. You know, from episode 1, episode 2, all of it paying off in episode 3. Because episode 3 was actually good. There were moments in episode 1 and moments in episode 2, even though episode 2 is arguably one of the worst of the franchises. At least there's that vision from start to finish. Now, one thing that I've always had issue with is the dialogue. Now, the action sequences, the directing, Lucas was good at. When it came to some of the dialogue that he drummed up, not so much. I think he should have had better writers on the staff that could actually do better writing between romantic interests like Padme and Anakin and some of the other issues that I had. Small potatoes, but overall some of the dialogue could have been way better in the prequels. But I do like the fact that unlike the sequel trilogy, where you had the thought that it was going to be similar, like a definitive vision from start to finish, with basically Force Awakens being almost a rehash of New Hope, still enjoyable. You had Rian Johnson just completely throw that vision out the window, and it seemed pretty obvious. And I think most people agree. And it completely wrecked the trilogy, the sequel trilogy, as we call it, the Disney trilogy. And now J.J. Abrams is having to pick up where left off in the hopes of fixing it. So let's look at chat. Let's see. Sedan, I love the prequels, faults and all, including Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman, episode 2, yeah. Let's see, why am I getting hate? How do you go into passive mode in Red Dead Redemption? Red Dead Online, unfortunately, you can't go into passive mode unless you're at the store or you're at the butcher. Sadly, we don't have a passive mode. See, Sedan, this whole stream is just a long string of her living old crushes. I guess so. See, Kane, Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars film, in your opinion. I don't think it's the best. I mean, I would say Empire, Return of the Jedi, New Hope, then maybe Revenge of the Sith. Let's see, Ishmael, have you heard about Star Wars Battlefront 2 updates? Yes, we'll talk about that. Let's see, Narnica. Hello, Narnica. Why aren't you on Carrick's podcast anymore? I'll talk about that in a second. Give me a moment. I did talk about it actually in my most recent vlog over on the Vlogs channel. Let's see, Brian, I remember my dad fall asleep in the movie theater during episode 3. Why? Episode 3 was fucking epic from start to finish. I guess your dad was just tired, Brian. Let's see, Hakime. I liked episode 1, Solo, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, I watched, like I mentioned that. Did I mention that did I talk about Solo last week? If I did, let me know, chat. But real quick, let me talk to Narnica real quick. Okay, so the decision not to be on the podcast anymore, Narnica, was my decision. And I talked to Carrick about it back in December. And it was a mutual decision. But like I said, mostly it was my decision because I don't know. At the time, I needed a break. And there's the door still open for me to come back occasionally as a guest. Whenever Carrick asks me to come back, I'll come back as a guest. Whether or not I ever come back as a regular, I don't know. But you know, I am very proud of being part of the International Podcast along with Carrick, Reg, and Silver. I still think the world of those guys. And Silver and I, in fact, streamed some Far Cry New Dawn a week or so ago. So I still talk to Silver and Carrick on a regular basis. And I'm proud that the International Podcast continues to go and continues to grow and be a success. So nothing but love for my boys over at the International Podcast. It's just that I felt like it was time for me to walk away. But nothing is forever. And maybe eventually I may end up back over there. I don't know. That's entirely up to Carrick and Silver and Reg, whether or not they still want me around. And like I said, I don't have a problem coming back every now and then as a guest whenever there's a topic that comes up that they think that they want my opinion on. That's perfectly fine. So, yeah, nothing but love for the International Podcast. I realize not everybody that watched liked me. Believe me, I've seen the comments, but that's okay. I do appreciate those of you that did like me over there. Yeah, you're welcome, Tanaka. Thanks for inquiring, though. But like I said, I go into even more detail, I guess, in my Random Thoughts vlog, my most recent vlog. If you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. And thanks, Hakime, for posting the vlogs channel. Let's see, Sedan, my best to worst. Episode 5, 4, 6, 3, 2, Rogue One, 1, The Last Jedi, funny bad, Solo, boring bad, Force Awakens. I feel like Last Jedi should be at the very bottom, but it's your list, and you have a right to your list. Let's see, Kane, seeing Anakin become Darth Vader, whole made me cry tears of joy. It's very weird things to be crying tears of joy over. Okay. Let's see, Gooey. Yeah, let's talk about Battlefront 2 real quick. We'll talk about that. I promise we're going to get to that. Even though I don't play Battlefront 2, I do have some thoughts about it because I have been watching other people playing Battlefront 2. Brian, the weird thing, my dad likes Star Wars Episode 1 and Episode 2. Maybe he was just tired. Maybe your dad was just tired, Brian. It happens. You know, you had a long day at work or whatnot. You go to watch a movie, and by the time you get to the movie, you're just tired, and it just happens. Not intentionally. It doesn't matter how good or bad the movie is, or exciting or boring is. You're just tired, and boom, you're sitting there comfortable in your chair. It's dark in the theater, and before you know it, the lights go out. Let's see, Sedan. I remember getting Episode 2 for Christmas, my first DVD ever. My first DVD collection ever was Nightmare on Elm Street. I still have the collection, by the way. Let's see. I'm about to talk about, calm down, Gory. I'm about to talk about Battlefront 2. Let's be fair, holiday special. Yeah, fuck the holiday special. We're not talking about the holiday special. Okay, so Battlefront 2. I've been wanting to talk about Battlefront 2. Okay? Because even though I only played the beta. Now, obviously, when Battlefront 2 first came out, people were not happy by it because most of us were fans of the OG. Oh, let me pull that up. Hold on. Most of us were fans of the OG Battlefront game. You know, this one. But let me pull that up. God damn. Why is this? I swear to God, Google has foobarred this thing. I just want to view this crap. That's too small. Fuck you, Google. All right, can I just get an image? Thank you. Okay. So obviously, whenever the new Battlefront 2 came out, a lot of people were not happy with Battlefront 2. It has its issues, the microtransactions, the loot crates, etc. But credit to EA DICE, they have continued to add content and improve Battlefront 2. They just recently added Anakin, and Anakin obviously is powerful as fuck, and I think he's supposed to be because he's the chosen one. They've added Count Dooku. They've added several new maps, a lot of Clone Wars stuff, Grievous. So despite the initial issues people had with Battlefront 2, myself included, I am glad that there still is a community that enjoys playing Battlefront 2, and I'm glad that DICE has continued to support it and add new content. And I feel like that Battlefront 2 has come a long ways since launch. So I feel like Battlefront 2 is probably doing a lot better for EA DICE than Battlefield 5 is. But GUI or anyone else that plays actually plays Battlefront 2. Like I want to know your opinion about it. So feel free. This is not about hating on the new Battlefront 2, because I've watched a few matches and I'm impressed with how much better it is than it was. But legitimately, I just want to see some people's thoughts on it. Let's see, GUI. Let's see, no credit to EA, but DICE is amazing. They are reviving the game, and EA just sits back and takes the money. Yeah, well, I think it's for the best if EA sits back and takes the money. I think, like, if EA allows BioWare to make the games that they want to make, because BioWare actually wanted to make a new KOTOR game, and apparently EA wouldn't let them for whatever rhyme or reason. Seems pretty stupid because people are not really caring for Anthem. They could have spent the last 6 years working on a new KOTOR instead, and that would have been a lot more appealing. I'm just saying. But if they just sit back and let their developers make the game, then I think it would be fine. You see how successful Apex Legends is right now, because it seems like they sit back and let Respawn do their thing. Hopefully they're going to allow Respawn to make staying out of the way of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, whatever it's called, the new single-player Star Wars game coming out this fall by Respawn, which I hope is good because I really want to play it. Hopefully. Just hopefully. So, let's see. Back to chat we go. Let's see. Sedan Battlefield 5 is a bad state these days. Yeah, it is. It is. Because it's just, you know, it's sad, but it's just a reality. Let's see. GUI. See, the game has so much potential. It just needs time for people to give it a chance. Yeah. I feel like people are still giving it. It seems like a lot of people are still playing Battlefront 2. And I feel like people that were initially turned off that still have Battlefront 2 are probably coming back to it slowly because they're hearing good things. They're hearing about Dooku being added, Grievous being added, more Clone Wars maps being added, Anakin being added, and the fact that DICE is continuing to support Battlefront 2 and people continue to play Battlefront 2 is gradually bringing people back to Battlefront 2. But it is understandable that people are salty. So yeah, Anakin Skywalker in Battlefront 2 is the closest we'll ever see him using his full power. Yeah, and I watched the teaser trailer earlier today, and even though I've watched some people using Anakin and watching some of the newer and older sets for maps for Battlefront 2, because the past day or two I've actually been kind of interested in watching these. I don't think I'm going to pick up Battlefront 2, but I get enticed to watch because it was Star Wars Reading Club, one of the Star Wars channels I like to watch. He was playing Battlefront 2, and I sat back watching for like an hour. He's a pretty nice guy, very knowledgeable about Star Wars comics and books. He has pretty decent content on his channel. He's also been streaming KOTOR on Sundays. But, yeah, I mean, I'm impressed, you know. Like, despite the issues at the beginning, DICE has stuck with Battlefront 2, and the fan base has stayed there, the hardcore fan base. And then I think over the past 2 years, you've seen more people come back to Battlefront 2 because they continue to support the game. They have improved it. They have added more content, more characters, and I definitely give kudos to DICE. It's probably no credit to EA. Maybe the only credit they deserve is maybe starting to realize that maybe if they just stay out of the way and let their developers actually make games, then if they make good games, then the games will be profitable and they'll make money for EA. Let's see, Kane, I really want to see a 1v1 where someone is Anakin and the other one is Darth Vader. I'm sure there's plenty of that. I'm sure there's, like, during the Heroes mode, there's probably been a few fights between one character is Anakin and the other is Darth Vader, even though they're obviously one and the same. Let's see, Sedan, DICE is putting more effort into Battlefront 2. EA is putting more than Rockstar and Red Dead Online. Let's see, Sedan, any chance you'll stream Republic Commando? Let's see, free of gold for the first half of March. Yeah. See, I made the mistake. See, I didn't realize that Jedi Academy was going to be free on Xbox Gold, so I bought it. It was $10, so it's okay. But I may go ahead and download Republic Commando, and maybe after I'm done streaming Jedi Academy here and there, then I may move on to Republic Commando. But eventually I do want to stream KOTOR as well. And it's just one of those things I'm going to do on the channel, like once every couple weeks. We'll do a Star Wars stream when we have nothing else going on. You know, on a day when we're not doing the GB cast or streaming Grand Theft Auto Online or streaming Red Dead Online. So that would be the plan for it. That would be the plan for future Star Wars themed streams. Because I am very interested in the new Star Wars game that Respawn's working on. I don't know much about it. Most of us don't, except for the title. I think it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I was calling it Jedi Knight Fallen Order, but that's incorrect. I think it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You're supposedly going to be a Padawan after the events of Order 66. You've survived Order 66. It sounds enticing. It sounds interesting. Whether or not it turns out to be good remains to be seen. But hopefully it will be. But I do plan on checking it out and possibly streaming it. See, Goey people don't expect any lines from Anakin to Vader, but yeah, I will never give in to you. Yeah, is this some kind of Sith trick? Yeah. Don't they have some like sand lines that they added? Like whenever he's on one of the, like a Tatooine map or something like that, where he does make some comments about sand. Let's see, Sedan, Star Wars, the one video game EA actually lets get finished. Well, yeah, that in Battlefront 2, right? So, but yeah, whatever happened behind the scenes with that other Star Wars game that got scrapped, I'm very interested in knowing exactly what transpired there. And what was it entirely EA's fault? That will always be the question. See, Fat Chinese Gaming just got back from work. How are you? Well, we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We'll probably be wrapping up the GB cast in just a few minutes. See, Gooey, he said, yeah, the classic sand line. He was on Jakku. And, oh, that's funny. I like that. See, I like it when they do little things like that. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for today. I mean, is there anything else we want to go over? Anything in chat you guys want to bring up before we wrap up? Kane. I hate sand. Gets everywhere. I actually like sand. I like beaches. I love standing on a beach with the ocean in front of you. You're hearing the waves and the smell, and you stare off in the distance, and you just. It's like nothing but water as far as the eye can see, and it makes you feel so insignificant and so small. It's beautiful at the same time. Sedan. I hate salt. It's rough, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere. Yeah, GB 2019. See, Kane, I'm sure Anakin would hate the Sandman from Spider-Man. See, Fat Chinese Gaming, I missed the entire podcast. Well, the podcast will become a VOD later on. And for those of you watching when it's a VOD, thank you. I appreciate you guys watching later on. I'm trying to ponder whether or not we want to circle back to Red Dead Online. I know that we didn't really talk about as many subjects this week as we did last week because we spent, I would say, half of the podcast we talked about Red Dead Online. So half of it we threw towards our thoughts regarding Update 106 and some other things regarding Red Dead Online. I really don't feel like going back, but I mean, if there's anyone else that has anything else they'd like to say in chat, feel free and bring it up while you still can. Let's see, Sedan Grumpet in Florida. I totally understand the hatred of sand. I love the beach, but hate sand. Yeah, sand does get everywhere. It is kind of annoying, but I do like the beach, though. See, Gooey, I only watched Spider-Man 3 the last few days and realized how bad it is. Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is symbolic of why in a movie, specifically comic book movies, why you don't need multiple villains. The same problem happened in Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin had too many villains. You could even say Batman Forever had too many villains. But that's just the thing. I mean, unless it's like a team of like Avengers or Justice League or the Umbrella Academy, or Doom Patrol, or X-Men. You know, a whole bunch of heroes versus a whole bunch of villains, then it works. But yeah, I felt like the big issue with Spider-Man 3 is the fact that there were too many villains. Just too many. See, Sedan, I think Red Dead Online still has potential. I just don't have that much faith. Yeah. So we'll circle back real quick to Red Dead Online before we knock this thing out for the day. And I do appreciate all of you being here. Let's see, Sedan, I still like the old Batman movies. Yeah. I'm more of a Dark Knight fan. Riley, Faith will be drip fed as well. Alright. So, anyways, you know what I'm going to do? Real quick at the end of the cast today, and I may do this every now and then, maybe not every week, but near the end, I'm guessing the big topic people would like to talk about is Red Dead Online in Discord. Now, this isn't going to go on this is only going to go on for another 20 minutes. But I'll sit back and I'll let any of you that wants to jump into the Discord to talk about Red Dead Online. Don't go on forever, but something specifically you'd like to see in Red Dead Online, jump into Soldier Chat right now, which is our official our Discord voice chat for everybody. Let's see, Tanaka. Let's see, Rockstar created one of the most beautiful open worlds ever, then fails to provide anything to do an online mode other than purchasing gold bars, of course. Let's see, GUI Gaming wants ponchos. Ponchos. Yes, ponchos. I love ponchos. I hope you guys like the new, the way the chat looks now. I think the chat looks way better than last week. It looks better. So I managed to get that working properly before the stream started. Looks more professional. But let's see. Hey, surprise, surprise. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit back for a second, enjoy my brownie. Hello, Kane.
Hello, GB.
I'm going to sit back.
How's it hanging? Yeah,
this segment is where I sit back and I let viewers just share their thoughts. This is like the open line segment of the podcast. But instead of a phone line, I have a Discord and a voice chat. So I'm going to enjoy my brownie. And I'll let Kane, and if we get someone else that wants to share their thoughts, one person at a time, obviously. So it's kind of like,
right.
Hey, caller, you're on the phone. So Kane's on the phone.
All right.
What would you like to say?
Oh, I'd like to say hi to my grandma. I'd like to say hi to everyone in chat.
That's the point.
Joking. Oh, so the Red Dead Online update. Oh, I'd like to see an update where they have like heists and all that, because I can see interesting concept like stagecoach robberies, bank heists similar to like the Valentine heist in story mode, or Saint Denis bank heist. Like it's interesting concepts, a Western bank heist and all that, and I'd like to see it fully fleshed out, because we got a chance to see it in story mode. It'd be nice to pop on a quick job with some members of your posse and rob a bank and make some good money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be nice to have, some nice new weapons as well. Maybe some new stranger missions as well. I don't know.
So
that's all I can think.
So damn. Bank heist. You do a bank heist, you make $11.53.
Yes. So much money. It's all part of the plan, GB. It's all part of the plan.
Let's see. GUI Gaming. I'll pay $1,000 for a poncho just like Clint Eastwood's. Well, hopefully it won't be that much whenever they do add ponchos.
Dang.
They will. They will probably theme it, right? They'll probably add ponchos in some sort of like Banditos type theme, right? I don't know. Oh. Let's see. Fat Chinese Gaming. Basically, Kane is taking the idea from Grand Theft Auto 5 and moving it to Red Dead Online. But it's not a bad idea, though. It's what a lot of people want.
Yeah, I mean, heist was a good way of making money in GTA Online, and I'm sure it'd be a great way of making money in Red Dead Online.
Money.
So much money.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kane, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, my dude.
Bye, Kane. All right, I banished Kane back to the chat, back to live chat. All right, so Dan, let's see. I mean, realistically, let's see. What do they think the payouts would be for a bank job in Red Dead Online, with guns and hats being $150 to $500? Do we think that at least the heist release? I would say probably like lower level payouts would be like $100, maybe like $100, maybe like mid tier, be like $500, and maybe like the best, like the most difficult payout you would get, like for like the pack standard version of a hypothetical bank robbery or train robbery in Red Dead Online, and say a future like Red Dead Online heist update, maybe $1,000. So that's what I imagine. Kane, that Kane guy was pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see, Brian. People. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while before we see heists in Red Dead Online, just like it was a while before we saw heists in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's see, Bublio. Hello, Bublio. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So, do you think Rockstar can manage all this bullshittery that's happening? It's a pretty bad situation at the moment. I sincerely hope so. Despite my obvious grievances with Red Dead Online, I want this game to succeed. I'm not... The rant videos are not because I hate Red Dead Online. It's not because I'm a troll. I generally want Red Dead Online to be an awesome experience. I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I still enjoy playing Grand Theft Auto Online. I mean, we were grinding Grand Theft Auto Online last night on PS4 off stream in Discord, and we made, because content missions are double money, we made like over $800,000, and we were just shooting the shit. We had a few of my viewers, including Kane. We had Sedan. No, Sedan wasn't. Sorry, Sedan. I falsely accused you of being there. Red 5 Motors was there. We had Kari there. We were just chatting about a whole bunch of random nonsense. And we made over $800,000. We had a good time, too. So it was fun. And I believe that even though Red Dead Online will never provide the same amount of content as Grand Theft Auto Online, I still think that Red Dead Online hypothetically could be an enjoyable, fully realized experience. But at the moment, it's not doing so well, sadly. Because like I mentioned before, and I know people have said before they don't like to compare Grand Theft Auto Online with Red Dead Online. Well, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that. Because Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Online, obviously are both made by the same company, Rockstar. Grand Theft Auto Online, for all intents and purposes, is a template for Red Dead Online. There are similarities. They use the same engine. Well, maybe the Rage engine is an updated version for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, but still, there's obvious similarities between Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. So yeah, of course we're going to make a comparison. Case in point, when Grand Theft Auto Online launched in 2013, I mean, there's way more stuff to do in it now, 5 years later, but we still, compared to Red Dead Online, there was way more to do in Grand Theft Auto Online at launch than Red Dead Online several months later. So, yes, people are going to make the comparison. They just are. But I sincerely hope that Rockstar is... They always say that they're listening to our feedback, even though a lot of times whenever they do these updates and they do things that make us feel like that they're not listening to our feedback, and it really just makes us wonder, well, what's the point of the feedback page if you guys are doing things that kind of go against what we want, like private lobbies, invite lobbies, free aim lobbies, posse lobbies, which would fix a lot of the issues a lot of the players have. They just don't want to get grief. They want to hunt in peace. They want to fish in peace. They want to do the gang hideouts in peace. Maybe you make it to where you have to be in a public lobby to do the stranger missions, okay, just like various businesses in public lobbies in Grand Theft Auto Online. But there's a lot of issues that Red Dead Online has right now. And I hope that by the next update. And I think there's supposed to be an actual major title update by April. I guess a month from now, because it's already March. Hopefully that adds something. I wasn't expecting update 1.06 to be a big update. It was meant to fix a few things and give us a few items to hold us over, but drip feeding clothing, hats, jackets, boots, socks, that was a terrible idea. Putting price tags on emotes, terrible idea. The bounty system was a terrible idea. And you add up all these terrible ideas that came to us courtesy of one update, holding over the Evans repeater instead of putting that out day one, which was the item that most people were looking forward to. And at the same time, they add the jawbone knife, which is basically a reskin of the hunting knife, and they put a $100 price tag on the jawbone knife, just like with the emotes, ranging the emotes price tags from like $100 to $300, and then the gold ones from 7 bars to 13 bars. That gives you a lot of negative feedback, and that's why a lot of people, a lot of other content creators, big and small, don't call me telemarketers, scum. How dare they, telemarketers. But, you know, it's on a Saturday for crying out loud, guys. It's on a Saturday. But, yeah, it's just, when you add it all up, the good things versus the bad things that happen from this update, it feels like there's more bad than good. And maybe I'm being a little too negative. Maybe I just am. But it feels like that I'm in the majority on that one, and there's some people that disagree. And like I said, you have a right to disagree. If you liked Update 106 or 1.06, fine. As long as you're civil about it. I mean, that's all I ask, is people be civil. But unfortunately, you know, the times we live in, with all the keyboard warriors, people just don't want to be civil anymore. All right, let's see. Where did we leave off? Let's see. Fat Chinese Gaming, do you think Take-Two forced Rockstar to release Rated Online even when it's not ready? I don't know if that's entirely the case. But it's possible. But I don't know. I don't think they forced Rockstar to get Red Dead Online beta out when they did. I feel like that Rockstar internally pushed themselves to get it out much sooner than expected. But the reality is, a lot of us had no idea how bad Red Dead Online beta was going to be when it launched. We thought at the very least that it would be at the same level that Grand Theft Auto Online was when it launched back in 2013, and it was obviously worse. Let's see. Kana. All right, he's talking about himself again. Let's see. Sedan, yeah, can't take credit. Haven't had Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to read chat. I'm browsing new chat right now, trying to find something. See, Ghost Fixer. Hopefully it will get better. Well, I agree, Ghost Fixer. Hopefully it will get better. Let's see, Tanaka. They realized an update focused around a bunch of new clothes, yet upgraded saddlebags for your horse don't increase storage. Yeah, I wish they would do something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, joy, the worms are fixed. Yay for the freaking worms being fixed. Should I buy the jawbone knife? No. The jawbone knife, as I mentioned earlier, it may look cool, but the stats are exactly the same as the hunting knife. It's no better or worse than the hunting knife. You get the hunting knife for free at the beginning of Red Dead Online beta. You're basically just paying $100 for a reskin version of the knife you already have. There's nothing special about the jawbone knife other than its looks. It's just aesthetic. Reskin, nothing more. So I advise you save your $100 and don't buy the jawbone knife. Whether you have it now on PS4 or a month from now whenever it makes it over on Xbox One, because it's an early access item, along with some of the emotes and some of the clothing items. See, Fat Chinese Gaming, let's see, do you know both Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 share the same writer? Yes, Fat Chinese Gaming, I know that. I kind of knew that already. Because I kind of, sort of, I don't want to be a dick, okay? I'm not going to be a dick, but I do know that. See, Sedan, They also fixed the super game breaking bug where we made more money. Yeah, oh yeah, they fixed the carcass bug. Yes, good job. Thank you. Thank you for fixing that bug, Rockstar. Very much appreciated. In the words of Kane, thank you. Very cool. Let's see, Tanaka, they completely nerfed hunting. Yep, they did. See, Kane, I admit I lost faith in Red Dead Online. It's failed me. See, Gooey, George Michael has entered the room. No. Let's see, Sedan, we were keeping the faith. Billy. Now, so we go from George Michael to Billy Joel. Okay. Let's see. Didn't Bon Jovi make a song called Keep the Faith? You got to keep the faith. Enough about faith. Jeez, we're done. What is this, church or something? No, it's not. It's just a silly little podcast we do, the GB Cast, and I do appreciate all of you being here. You guys are freaking awesome as always. Sedan, thanks for modding, along with Hakime. Oh yeah, you had faith heal. Haha. Keep throwing the faith out there. See, Gooey Gaming, Kane, Narnica, Riley, thanks for modding as well. Fat Chinese Gaming, thanks for being a member. See, Ghost Fixer, Brian Martinez, Gooey. Who else was here? Located right near Mount Soapbox. See, Ghost Fixer, for me, it's probably going to be playing single. Yeah, like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a lot of fun. Way more fun than Red Dead Online is right now. I mean, it's all right to go in it, because I do like hunting and fishing. I like hunting more than fishing. So it was nice to get back into that for a little bit, because it had been a few weeks since I last did some hunting and fishing Red Dead Online, because I kind of took a break from it. But I will be doing the next Red Dead Online stream on Tuesday. And I'll do it every Tuesday whenever there's a new weekly event, just like I do every Thursday of Grand Theft Auto Online. So those two streams will continue. Tuesday, Red Dead Online event stream. Thursday, Grand Theft Auto Online event streams. So we will at least continue doing one Red Dead Online stream a week. I see Red 5 Motors is thanking Zombie Uncle. Hello, Zombie Workle. Zombie Uncle. The world faith gives me nightmares. The word faith gives you nightmares. See, Brian Martinez, Rockstar Games, has a plan just like Dutch. Yes, we're all going to Tahiti. Dan Hauser and his brother Sam Hauser run Rockstar. Sam Hauser, I think, is at the top, and Dan Hauser is like the head writer. I mean, I think he's like a vice president or something. I thought Sam Hauser was the CEO, Belfast. I could be wrong about that, but anyways, Fat Chinese Gaming, I would love to see Rockstar Editor and Red Dead Online. I think eventually we're gonna get the Rockstar Editor added to Red Dead Online, and for some of the modes, they're gonna add a creator, just like they did with Grand Theft Auto Online. It'll happen eventually. No, Riley, no Far Cry Zombies DLC. No, never again. See, Nautica Rockstar needs to patch replay mode for missions. I agree. Oh, you're talking about. I thought you already could replay missions. Like, you're talking about Red Dead Online? I don't know. Don't change your name, Gooey. Just stay as Gooey. Please stop changing your names. I get used to calling you by your name. Stop changing your names. I don't change my names. You can't change your names either. I forbid it. Just kidding. Yeah, but anyways, let's see. A lot of rumors. Yeah, there's definitely rumors out there. The possibility that maybe Bully 2 will be the next game for Red Dead Online. Let's see. Brian Martinez, Sam Hauser is the CEO. Dan Hauser is vice president for Rockstar Games. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. Time to wrap this thing up. I do appreciate all of you being here, by the way. All right, Gooey, just keep your name. There's no need to change your name. We like you just the way you are, Gooey. Yeah, well, Ghost Fixer, we like your name too. Your name's fine. Oh, that's right, the new wall. Yes, we have a new month, new wall. We featured it at the beginning of the GB Cast today, and we'll feature it one more final time. By the way, thank you so much to we already have 3 Super Chat heroes for March 2019. And, of course, all 15 of our members, you guys are freaking awesome. By the way, Trippy Mark and Zoa are very close to reaching 1 year. 1 year mark for Trippy Mark and Zoa. So that is amazing that they've been members for like a year now. That's ridiculous that anyone would be a member for like a day or a week. And they've been members for nearly a year. But I appreciate everyone that's been a member and everyone that's still a member. Yeah, so okay, so the March background is the skyline of the city I live in. And for all intents and purposes, I consider this to be my hometown. I may have been born and raised in East Texas and grew up in East Texas, but both sides of my familia, are from this city in Northwest Louisiana. And many marches ago, I happened to take this photo, and that's why it's the photo in the background for March 2019. That is why. And maybe one day one of you will be able to correctly guess the name of the city. Maybe or maybe not. But yes, Hakime, yes. You know what's funny? Yeah, Chase Bank used to be in that building where it has the Chase Bank logo. But Chase is no longer in that building, so they had to pull down the Chase Bank logo. So, yeah, that building is kind of dead now ever since Chase Bank pulled out because that was their main branch in downtown Alabama City. There is no Alabama City in Louisiana, Gooey. Alabama City. What the fuck? See, Fat Johnny's Gaming, I know it isn't China. No, it's not China. See, Tanaka, good stream. Liked, subbed. Thanks for the sub, Tanaka. We got a ton of subs over the past few days. Cormac, yes, it's London. How did you know? Well, I guess it's Parliament, right? And Trafalgar Square and Tower Bridge that gave it away. Ghost Fixer, it's not Missouri. See, Milton, a new Red Dead Redemption 2 is not garbage, Milton. I disagree. If you're referring to Red Dead Online, then I would be inclined to agree at the moment. Hopefully it gets better. Let's see. Brian Martinez, glad you enjoyed the stream. Kane, no, it's not Belfast. We do have Belfast Gamer in the chat, though. Let's see. Gooey, GB, you live in Tilted Towers. No, I don't. I live in a house. I live in a brick house. I actually do, believe it or not. But anyways, I do appreciate all of you being here today. It's time to knock this thing down, shut it down. We'll probably do another GB cast next Saturday. Maybe that's what we'll do. Every Saturday we'll do a new GB cast. Sunday, good news. PC Peoples, don't you go anywhere. You stay right there. PC Peoples, if you want me to stream Grand Theft Auto Online Double Money Contact Missions tomorrow, I highly suggest you get all excited about it in the Discord in GTA chat. Okay, so if you want me to hop on over to PC, because I get complaints from all of you on PC all the time. Like, GeauxBurns, you never play with us on PC. Well, you guys want me to play with you tomorrow on PC, Grand Theft Auto Online, Double Money stream? Okay, let's do it tomorrow. 1 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. UK tomorrow, unless the UK is doing a time jump. Hey, Kane, is there a time jump happening in the UK or anyone else in the UK yet? Sometimes there's time jumps, like the clock goes forward, the clock goes back. Belfast Gamer, I'm Irish too. I would never have guessed with that name. Cormac's awesome. We have a lot of awesome Irish subscribers, British subscribers, American subscribers, awesome subscribers and viewers from around the world. You are part of the GeauxBurns Nation. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter. You're from the whole world. You are part of the GeauxBurns Nation. Whatever walk of life you happen to come from, doesn't matter to me. You, yes you, whether you are in the chat or chatter or lurker, no matter. You're part of the GeauxBurns Nation, and I'm honored and humbled and happy to have you here, along with all the awesome new viewers and subscribers we've gotten over the past week. It sucks that it came because of a disappointing update, but hopefully those of you that have subscribed, and I'll name some names off real quick before we go. Quite a few. Let's see. This is not all. We've had like 100 subscriber jump in the past week, which is crazy. But a few subscribers we've gotten over the past 7 hours. Let's see. Fella Ponchax, Just Ed, Nick. Let's see. Bad Baron 69, Dell Eaglesham. Let's see. Zombie Noah 1776, John Hayes PS4, Samurai Gangster, Hyped Preds, Matthew, Balmania. Thank you for the subs to all of our new subscribers. And welcome, each and every one of you, to the GeauxBurns Nation. And if you want to be part of the GeauxBurns Nation as well, check out the content. If you like the content, my streams, Red Dead Online, Grand Theft Auto Online, other games, as well as the content I post on the channel, you're welcome to subscribe, join the GeauxBurns Nation, and to be notified about future streams and content. By the way, once again, Grand Theft Auto Online, PC, Sunday, Double Money, Contact Missions, that is tomorrow's stream, 1 p.m. Central, possibly 7 p.m. UK. That's happening tomorrow. And we have a schedule in the Discord. By the way, the Discord, I know we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. Okay, we have those. But you want to be part of the community? You really want to be part of this community? You want to be with all of us crazy people? Discord's where it's at. If you have Discord, you're more than welcome to join the community in our Discord. That's where you should be going. Because we talk about Red Dead Online, we talk about Grand Theft Auto Online, we talk about other games, and other random nonsense as well. So, anyways, you're welcome to join the GeauxBurns Nation along with the channel. All the other social medias, including the vlogs channel, which we did post a brand new vlog Monday. This past Monday, a brand new vlog was posted. You can find it also in the community tab. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys hopefully maybe later tonight in a few hours from now or an hour or two from now. If I can get some people together off stream. Maybe grind some more Grand Theft Auto Online on the PS4. Hanging out in the Discord. So if you see us all hanging out in Discord, even if you're not playing PS4 of us, you are welcome to join the chat as long as you have a good quality microphone. If you don't, and if you just want to listen to us shoot the shit while we ground Double Money Contact Missions off stream on the PS4 this evening, afternoon, you're welcome to join us either way in the Discords. But tomorrow, like I said, once again, next stream, Grand Theft Auto Online, PC, Double Contact Missions, 1 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. UK, unless there's a time jump. I don't think there is, but there might be. Anyways, have a great weekend. And as always, from me to each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, as always, thanks for watching.